Hello, Kato.
Oh my God, the two sisters.
We're so
So
far.
beautiful. Okay, I think it's recording. I don't know. Anyway, how are you, Kate?
I'm okay. How are you going?
I'm good. Are you all right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Usually it says if it's recording, it usually comes up saying this is being recorded.
It's recording. I've got a little image saying it's recording.
Oh, cool. All right,
Yeah.
great. So hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I was just telling Jess that I'm down at Phillip Island because the energy in St Kilda, I've spent most of the lockdown pretty much in St Kilda,
Yeah.
but the energy was just so strong after the announcement of the roadmap. So
Yeah.
I was really struggling. Like I could feel my mental health starting to just get really, just from the energy, to be honest. I know it sounds crazy, but you guys get it. Like
It doesn't sound crazy at all.
energetically, I could just feel like I literally couldn't cope. And I'm saying to myself, I'm fine. Like my daily life is fine. You know, just relax. Like, not that I'm cool with this shit, but
Yeah.
like my daily life is fine. Just relax. But something energetically, like just on the street, just there was like a buzz. I could
Yeah.
feel this like literally like a vibration across the back of my head. And I was starting to feel sick. So I was like, right, I've got to get down to Phillip Island. And now that I'm down here, I've been down for like 5 days or something. I can't bring myself to leave yet. Like
Yeah,
it
wow.
scares me to go back because
Don't like, yeah.
I literally felt like throwing myself off the fucking balcony of that apartment. Like I
Wow.
just was like, I wanted to be like, like just this buzzing, like at the back, like, and I
Yeah.
feel it was the collective of the city. Like
Yeah.
it's like I could feel the CBD. I could feel Brunswick. Like it's like I could feel this pulsing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you all right, Kate? Like, are you in Brunswick or?
I'm in Northcote. I'm pretty over it. I've been, I don't know, I've been very up and down with it. But yeah, I'm over it.
It's really hard, especially when, you know, I'm sorry, but it seems quite unnecessary in so many ways. Like, I do
It's not
understand that
working.
we had numbers of over 700 and,
Yeah.
you know, that they, you know, have reduced them and everything. But I don't know, there's been so many lies and things that I just think, fuck, I doubt anything that they're saying. Like, I doubt that the numbers even were that accurately, that, you know, it's a very manageable virus. It's something that people get over.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to have any big repercussions apart from on old people, which God bless them. But yes, but that's no different to the flu or gastro.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So
I know.
I'm
I
sorry,
agree.
but you know, things kill old people. It's just the way it is. It's going to happen to us one day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if the people in aged care are the ones who are being hit the hardest, then put in rules to protect them. Like we don't all need the same protecting that they need. And
That's it.
It's not working. It needs to be rethought. There needs to be something else done to continue the way that we're doing. It's causing all these other problems that weren't there
Exactly.
before.
So many problems. Yeah, so many problems. Oh my God. But if you start highlighting the other problems, then you are a conspiracy theorist. And I'm just like, but this is where the revolution's going to happen. Like, don't worry. We're totally fucking on track. Like, I reckon by January, this will be a distant memory. Like it's it's building because there couldn't have been this continuation of this sort of division in our society, like the way that it's been since the beginning of my life anyway, of this, you know, if you question anything, you're a conspiracy theorist. If you're a conspiracy theorist, then you're crazy. Like it's like as in that that commentary is what's going to end, which is going to create some sort of, I believe, collaboration between the left and the right, you know, people who are like these sorts of extremes. And I really do feel that this is the beginning of some really amazing, innovative, fantastic policy that meets in the middle. Like I'm praying.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So
what's it the restrictions like in Phillip Island? Like, is it?
It's stage 3, so basically it's
So
the
there's no
same,
curfew.
except that there's no curfew. I mean, I'm inside by 8 o'clock at the
Yeah.
moment anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying that specifically the curfew, not having a curfew down here, is affecting, like, you know, making my life so much better. It's just
The energy.
more the energy, like,
Yeah, totally.
because you can leave your house for longer than an hour.
Yeah.
You can go out for as long as you want.
Yeah.
You can go into the supermarket with your person you live with. You still can't visit, you still can't gather, you still can't sort of sit and linger around on the beach, but you can exercise for however many hours that you want. You can go as far as you want for exercise. And the hairdressers are still open, massage therapists are still open, but there's
Oh my God, a massage. I just want to go get a fucking massage.
I know, right? But obviously, that's the whole point. It's like everything's still sort of, not everything, but things are still open, and there's no spread. There's no.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean? Like, as a social experiment.
But how many aged care facilities are there in Phillip Island? Is there many?
Only one. There's only one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think they've had any cases.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but girls, like, find a way, Kate, especially, it sounds like you're really like, find a way to come down here. Like, just because honestly, if you said,
I have a horse down there that I need to feed. You can say anything.
You can say you're doing a welfare check on me. Like, you're more than welcome to come down and stay. Like, just come and stay. Like, no worries. Like,
thank you. I'm working though, and I've got a dog.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I have a bit of a problem because I'm allergic to the dogs.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Thank you. I appreciate it though. I'm all right. It's so obvious that it's not working.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's just frustrating because it's so fucking obvious.
Yeah. And have you guys been able to see each other? Like, Jess, you?
I haven't seen each
other. No, we talk.
Yeah.
We just said yesterday that we were gonna fuck off the rules, and I was gonna go down and visit.
Mine happened weeks ago. I've just been doing whatever I want. Well, within reason, but I haven't been. I haven't been interacting with people. I've just been like myself, going where I want, but alone. So I'm not risking anything. I'm not doing anything. I'm just like, but I'm not cooped up and imprisoned.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, there's so many ways to get around the rules, and there's so many ways to do what you want without hurting anybody. And and if you get a fine, well, just either pay it or don't. But what's worse, $1,600 or your mental health and feeling like shit? You know what I mean? So,
I've been walking my dog at night time with my mask off around my neck, so no one can see me walking the streets without a mask on. And even just that is just like, oh, it's just so much nicer.
Oh, I know.
And you're right, like I'm not touching anyone, I'm not passing anyone. Like, to have to wear a mask in situations when you're alone is fucking stupid.
I know.
It's just,
It's like, what am I going to do? Like, emit my little, bits and bobs into the air, and then somebody else is going to walk past and catch them.
Breathe it in. I know.
So, what about you, Jess? How are you, darling?
I'm fine. I like peek out to hear what's going on, but I'm not getting involved with it too much. Like, I'm like isolating with my neighbor who's like divine, and she's got kids, so Zari's still got playmates, and I have Zari's friends over because, like, I figure if they've got daycares and stuff open and they thought kids weren't a big deal, then I feel like that's fine. So Zari has like a friend over maybe 3 days a week. I've started catching up with people. I've started hugging people. I'm just like
over it.
Yeah, I feel like the longer that it's going, the more cracks that you see. Like, people, I feel here anyway. Like, there were so many people at the beach swimming over the last few days, even though it's not warm. Like, so many people, they're just frolicking and enjoying it, and like,
so good.
Yeah, well, I just feel like it's not even like I know that there is like I still won't see my parents just in case they're old and they feel differently about it. So I won't do that out of respect. And I haven't gone into many friends' places except for my neighbour, maybe one or two. But outside, I feel free. I don't feel, the only time it feels really restricted is if I want to get in the car and drive to Kate's. But at the end of the day, I just go through that internalized thought process where I'm like, I visualize this like pretend blanket that's over me, stopping me from doing it. I'm like, but the blanket's not even real. Like I can still do it. So why am I stopping myself? Essentially, it's a choice. I'm choosing not to. So then I accept that. So I don't know. I mean, I know how heavy and shit it is, but I only like creep out into it for a little while and then I step back from it because it is
not everybody needs to be out flying the flags for freedom and revolution right now. Like we can only do what's, you know.
I sign all the things and I speak up when I'm speaking to people, like of my opinion, but I don't like if I just sit with it, I'll get angry about it. But I don't feel that anger is actually doing me any good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Honestly, and this is what I keep thinking to myself, Rachel, you've been in a bubble since you were 21 when you stopped, decide to stop watching TV. Like, just go back into your bubble. Like, there's probably always been shit like this going on, but because you're in the bubble, you didn't even know. And, and now it's like, because I'm out of the bubble a little bit, I'm like, so affected. But this probably is the first time I reckon, honestly, in my whole life where something that's going on with the government and everything has actually affected me to this point, like as in can't travel, can't can't go interstate, blah blah blah. So I guess like maybe this is what it feels like when something actually does affect you, whereas luckily for me, because I've never worked in the system, I've worked for myself, blah blah blah, I've found a way for things not to actually affect me over time, you know what I mean? So
the whole vaccination thing moving forward, like that whole like mandated, whether or not it happens or not, like I have heaps of fear around those things, but I'm not trying to jump ahead. I just stay, as I said, I stay with what's happening, work within it, like write my name down where I can against things, like but I'm not, so I don't feel bad, but I'm also really lucky because I've got a really cool community. So
how are you and like we are recording. I'm only just going to be sharing this with the other things. So I don't want to ask too many personal questions just in case. But anyway, because I want to ask you all, how's, things. And, but it's just, I'm literally just going to be sharing this with the other students. So, but just so that you know, but don't share anything that you don't feel to share. But if any of you want to update me on your gossip.
I don't feel I'm all good. It's all good. Everything's actually okay at the moment. So I'm just, I have a lot of stuff on, but I'm feeling, about a week ago, I reckon, I just was like, oh, wow, where is this like motivation and stuff coming from? Because I'm ready to tackle it all. But there's so many things happening. Yeah.
There's so many what?
There's so many things happening, like my schooling, my health, like my relationships, like everything. So it's cool, but I'm just ready to get into it all and figure it. Like, I want to like use this energy while I've got it because it may not last for too long. It's completely transparent. I don't know how long this good feeling is going to last for.
I hear you. The lockdown little silver lining, where it gives you this like burst for life or whatever.
Yeah, it does at times. And then it's like I'm in bed at midday going offline. No.
I know, right? Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, so just to update you, I know I've written like on the group and everything, but just to update you, like with my voice. So Mari, who's the owner, I guess you could say, of the institute.
Is that Herman's wife?
Herman's wife, yeah. So Herman's obviously not with us anymore. He passed away. So Mari's now, in charge of everything. She's I mean, this has been happening for a while now, but the government keeps changing the requirements for the certification. So Mari, God bless her, poor thing, honestly, she was coping with the death of Herman and also coping with having to tick all these boxes with, the, what's it called, the national accreditation people, updating all the courses and everything like that, because basically they had to get like external people in to mark all the things, and it was just costing all this extra money, and it's cost her like a shitload to have to basically get somebody to come in and rewrite all the bits and bobs and update the whole thing. So I'm not that good with all the terminology and everything. Sorry. So as you can hear, but basically long story short is as of November, beginning of November, if to get our same certification that we want to get, they're going to add 9 extra modules.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and it's going to cost an extra however much it is to get the external people to do all the marking and everything and to give us the accreditation. So I'm like, okay, awesome. So Mari was like, okay, so I need you to get your students over the line by the beginning of November so that they, A, don't have to do the 9 extra modules, and B, so that they don't have to pay, because the cost would have to be handed down. I would have to pay, or you would have to pay, or she would have to pay, and we don't want anyone to have to pay. So basically I was like, yep, that's fine, because, really that's in line with our timing anyway. And most of the work that needs to be done has already been done, like as in, because I know that you guys have been ticking away with your body readings and things like that. So, and it's not that much that needs to be done. So we've got, I saw your little faces. But that's fine. But I said to Mari, I said, yes, but Mari, the problem is that I needed to do the 2-day, what's it called? Supervision. Yeah. And because of COVID, like, which not using, I know everybody's flouting around the excuse of COVID at the moment, but legitimately, I came back from Bali in March and I wanted to do it, April, June or whatever. So it was going to happen. And we've been locked down since March, since I got back. So but that's fine. I said to Mari, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get as many of my students who want to over the line with ticking these boxes for the paperwork, because that's all it is.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we can, I'll have everyone down. We'll do the 2 days. We'll make it 3 days if we want. We can, I can supervise you doing body work. We can do whatever we want. This is not like sort of absolving ourselves of all of those parts and all of the extra learning opportunities. All it is just getting these boxes ticked for the paperwork, so that if you want the certification, we could get the certification without having to do these extra modules. And then we can continue with our learning, we can continue with our supervision. So you can have the certificate and decide, look, I still need a bit more experience before I'm willing to go and practice and charge people for this. Yep, that's fine. It's not skipping a step to have the certificate, because for the people that I'm going to issue this certificate for, such as both of you and Heidi and Scott and Manisha, and I already know in my heart that I would give you the tick as a pass as a practitioner from what I witnessed on the 10-day retreat. So it's like, yes, I know people need more practice and they need more experience and they need more confidence and they need more guidance and leadership from me. And I'm here, and we will make sure that happens over time. But just to get these boxes ticked for the actual certificate, I don't feel like it's out of integrity that we didn't do the 2 days, because I feel like I already know that each of those people that I mentioned and others, but like who I haven't mentioned, but are people that I witnessed that I know I wanted to pass regardless, just from what I saw on the 10 days. And then we want to work with that to make sure that you're 100% comfortable if you choose to practice, or whichever way you choose to practice with this. Like, not everybody's going to be out there doing body work. They might be filtering in body reading and face reading just into their interactions with people, or a career in whatever else. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I would need us to get, if you want the certificate, which I would love both of you to get it, because why not? You've already done so much of the work.
Why not?
As in the 10 days, you know, you're here, you know, you want to help people. It's not, you don't have any pressure to use the certificate, but why not get the certificate? You know what I mean? We've basically got till the beginning of November, but what needs to be completed is 4 as a minimum, if not 5.
So is that, so we can just say 4 for the sake of time frames at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm sure we can get away with 4, but if it's easy to do 5,
yeah, right.
then, you know, but 4 as a minimum. So you will have already have done. Okay, so I'll go through what needs to be done, and then we'll go through what you already have done.
Yeah.
And what gaps we need to fill in. And there's honestly no need for any overwhelm. There really isn't. Like, we do actually have time. It's honestly not that much that needs to be done. It's we've just got to work together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm really sorry that, like, I found out about this a good month ago and we haven't had a Zoom chat yet. I will blame COVID for this one. Like, I've literally just been on such an emotional roller coaster. But as you said, I now feel like, okay, we can do this. You know, before I was like, fuck, oh my God, embracing Zoom and, you know, embracing this. And, oh my God.
Well, can I just quickly say on that, Rachel, to be also completely fair, like, you gave us so much to have, we should be at a point ourselves and have taken a bit more of accountability. So even though that those 2 days haven't gone ahead, I still feel like, you know, what you're providing us is probably still, no, not probably, it is more than what is generous anyway, because there's still a lot more that we could have done ourselves leading up to this point, and we're still just, well, myself anyway, sort of sitting here like, yeah, cool, like, you know what I mean? So please don't.
Well, thank you for saying that, and you always make me feel so much better. I think you're very generous in your listening of me, but I do feel that I could have, anyway, it doesn't really matter at this point, but I just think there's no need for any of us to get overwhelmed, like, because we really can achieve this. Like, this is completely achievable. It doesn't matter what hasn't happened up until this point. We all fucking love each other, like both of you and everybody else who I know is going to listen to this recording. Heidi, Manisha, Scott, Luke, Jacinta, all of them. I love all of my students. I know you all love me. So we don't need to go over like how, who, what, where, why. It's just like, let's all just come together now and just get these paperwork done. It's such a small thing, and it should be really fun and enjoyable as well, because this is a topic that we all love. Like, whether you want to practice or not, we all think the body reading's pretty fucking cool. And, you know, so yeah, I just feel like if we do it together, it can be fun. So what needs to be completed is 4 or 5, but let's just say 4 full body readings. Now, they need to include the face and they need to include the hands and the feet. But the feet don't even have its own form. So the feet was always part of the body reading. So it doesn't need to be like a full foot reading that's like intensive. It just needs to be that the feet are covered as part of that body reading, which technically they always were. Now, the face reading was never part of the body reading, but they've added that in. So again, that doesn't need to be such a big deal. It's just following that form. And then with the hand,
sorry, but so can you have had four? Do the 4 body readings have to be inclusive all that, or you can have 4 body readings and 4 face readings separately?
So this is where, because they keep changing and shifting the bench posts.
Yeah.
Like it's frustrating because I think, well, if I hadn't known that at the beginning, I would have directed you differently from the beginning, but they've changed it. So I think that we're going to be able to, I've got to get like full clarity with Mari. The thing is, depending on which intake you were in depends on what's required from you. So that's why I'm almost like, and it's confusing because technically I can change your intake date to reflect what you've got as well. I know this all sounds dodgy, and it is a bit, but it's just to like tick the boxes, but we're not doing anything unethical because it's just basically saying, if I instructed you to do your paperwork this way and I can change your intake date to reflect that that's what's required of you, then it's better than you having to do all these extra things that you weren't told about from the beginning. So I can actually adjust things. So this is where I want to get to see what you've actually already done. And then based on that, I can go back to Mari case by case, like each person individually, and figure out what we need to do. Now, you guys don't have to worry about that. That's all for me to figure out. Like, I just need to keep it as simple for you as possible so that there's no overwhelm and this is kept really fun and enjoyable. And I'll deal with like the difficult bit, like myself with Mari. So this is where potentially, let's just say hypothetically, you've got 2 body readings, but you didn't do their faces, which is fine because I didn't tell you to. And then you've got 2 other people who you've done their faces, right? What I would do is I would see that as a total of 4. And I would go back to the 2 people that you've done the body readings for and ask them to send you a photo of their face and do a face reading to add to the body reading. And then I'd go to the 2 people that you've done face readings for and I'd ask them to do, whether you do it on a Zoom or something, or you get them to send a photo of their body, and then you do the body reading for the people that you've done the face reading for. So you're basically just filling in the gaps.
Yeah.
And that will have you end up with 4. Because you should have done at least 1 face reading at the course, if not 2. And you should have done 2 body readings at the course, if not 3, depending on which course you were at.
Yeah.
So altogether, we have to have 4 body readings, which includes the face, the feet. The feet would have already been included anyway, and the hands, which I need to do like a bit of work with you on the hands because I think the hands is quite a challenging thing, and I want to actually teach you a bit more about the hands, like to help you with that. And you need to have done 4 body work sessions that you need to have like a signature to prove that you've done those.
Is that it? Just a signature? Is that the proof?
Yep. But I was supposed to have supervised you, as I said, on those 2 days doing body work.
Yeah.
So we may need to, I don't want to lie and say that I supervised you if I didn't, because I did supervise you at the course doing numerous bodywork sessions. But I haven't supervised you one-to-one the way that I would have if we had done the 2-day retreat. So what I'm thinking is, and it's really difficult right now because, I mean, we're in lockdown. So it would be a case of, Jess, you would probably have to do body work on your neighbour and video it and send it to me, or I can witness it live on Zoom. And Kate, I don't know if one of your housemates is open, but it'll have to be somebody that you can touch right now.
Well, could we even get together and do it on each other, or no, because we're sisters?
Yeah, no, of course you can. I mean,
That.
the people who are marking this aren't going to be like, oh, you were in lockdown, you shouldn't be touching each other. Like, they don't know anything about the lockdown there in Queensland. So it's actually about, you know, what you're comfortable with doing because we're in a lockdown. Just to get these boxes ticked.
So was that 4 body works?
Yeah.
No, if I can witness that, you need to prove that you've done 4 body works. So that can be backtracked. Like, you know, if you've done any body work on anybody since the course, you just need their signature. But I need to supervise you at least doing 1 body work session. So if I can supervise and record it so that I've got proof to say, yeah, I witnessed this recording. I mean, I'm happy to come. If you guys want to do it on each other, I'm happy to come. Obviously, we just need to figure out getting around the lockdown, but Like,
I think Zoom's manageable, and like, because then even with other people that are listening, they can do that wherever they are. So just speaking, I think that's fine. Whether or not Kate and I are in the same room or we do else people, I think a Zooming Bodyworks is easy.
Exactly. So if you did it on each other and I just sit and watch on the Zoom, and I could just record a few snippets, you know, just for proof.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's mostly just about how you set up the session, how you know, talk to your client. I'm not looking for, you know, you know, did they get an emotional release or whatever? It's more about like, you know, do you know where the pressure points are? Like, you know, you could still use your form as well. Like, you could still use that form, you know, that's got the pressure points thing. Do they know how to communicate to the client? Are they using language that's, you know, nice for the client? So all of those tick, 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 I already know you do. So, you know what I mean? So it's just having a little bit of proof just to say that I've done my job of supervising you, which, again, we will do as soon as the lockdown's over. We will do that properly, because that's really important to me, very important to me, that we do that, not just to tick the box, but because it's important. You know what I mean? So it's just, this bit's just
to get us over the threshold for the whole changing. That's it. So those 4 bodyworks, do they have to include the lifestyle analysis?
Yeah. So altogether, we need 4 bodywork sessions with the signature. Now, those 4 bodywork sessions, you also need 4 lifestyle consultations. So you can do the lifestyle consultations with anybody. Like right now, you could do them over the phone if you need to fill in that gap. But what I was suggesting was to do the 4 lifestyle consultations with the same 4 people that you did the bodywork with, just because that would be easy. Because when they're there, you know, they do the lifestyle consultation, you have a little chat, and then after the chat, you get them on the table. But if you haven't done that previously, like, this is where I've got to figure out what you have and haven't already done so we can figure out a strategy. So all you need to do is 4 body readings with face, hands and feet, 4 bodywork sessions to get the signature with the lifestyle consultations. And I need a supervisor doing at least 1 bodywork session. That's all you have to do. And then there's 1 legal module that we have to do, which we will all do together. Basically, that is going to take time, but we've got the whole of October to do that. So my goal is, if we can get the 4 body readings and me witnessing you doing your body work in the next couple of weeks, then we'll have the whole of October to do this 1 legal module. It's not that difficult, and I'll honestly be able to just give you the answers. Like, okay, this is the answer, this is the answer, this is the answer, fill in the answers. There's a couple of little like case studies that you have to do, and then it's done. It's honestly, like, that will probably take, like, maybe I'd say altogether 10 hours to do that 1 module. So, and we've got a month to do that. So that bit's fine. So don't worry about that. We'll do that. That's our next step.
What about
we just need to focus on these body readings.
What about the big, thick comprehension book? Does that have a due date?
You guys don't need to do that.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what I mean. Like, it's actually so easy, right? Yeah. So you guys don't need to do that. And the communication module I can do on your behalf by saying, you know, because of what you did on the 10 days. So, there's other bits and pieces that we're filling in to make things easier for you. As I said, you're not skipping out on any of the learning. It's just ticking the boxes.
Yeah.
So, Kate, what have you already got? Like, what do you have there? How many body readings do you have, for example?
I've got I've got 2 body readings.
Who are they?
One was Zoe, so they were both done at the course. Zoe and Ali.
Zoe
was my friend that came on the last day.
Yes. Oh, she's gorgeous. And Ali?
And Ali.
Ali Patterson, Ali, our
Yeah.
student. Yeah. Okay. So you've got 2. Now, would you say that they're complete? Like they're completed? They're done?
If I was going to submit it, I'd probably go over it and maybe just not rewrite, but reword a few things.
Yeah.
Can I ask with that, when you say body readings, how many of those forms? Because there's a few different forms. There's a few different forms involved with the body readings, yeah?
Yeah. There's only, so because now we're adding in the face readings, so you need to fill out, so
Can we just, for the purpose of this, because it wasn't done at the same time, so I'm going to have the face readings separate.
Yeah.
From the ones that I've already done.
So for the purpose of the body readings, it's 2 forms. Kate, you might have them there. I'm so sorry, guys. All my forms are at Karam, and I haven't been to Karam. So there's that form that's got the pictures of the body.
Yeah.
That's a 4-page document.
Yeah. 1, 3, 4. Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah.
So you just bear with me for 2 seconds. So,
Of course.
4-page document with image. Yep.
So there's a front, a back.
Front, the back, the side, and the string line one. Oh no, then the last page I think is where you can write the summary or whatever.
No, it's
No, that's a different form. Sorry, Kate, can you just hold up that form, Dal?
That's that.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
That one.
Can you show me the next page? The next page should be the back.
The front, the back.
Yeah.
When's the dividing the body?
And then
the divide. Yeah.
I've got like the head, torso, and limbs.
Yeah. And
Top
then
and
the
bottom
last
system.
page is the alignment with the string line.
And
Yeah.
that's the last one.
Exactly. Okay, so that's the form. So that's that
Which
form.
is unfilled. Yeah.
That's okay. So that's that form. Okay, and then there's another form that's got where you fill in all the bits, and then the last page was where it had the provision for putting the summary.
Oh yeah, is that the mind BMA and evaluation?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Exactly. So
Have you got that, Tess?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I wrote, yeah. So mine's not on those forms because I left all my stuff at the Phillip Island house, and we went to your other house. Remember, I left all my stuff at the house that we slept in. So I've got all the information. I just have to transfer it onto that.
I'm only just shaking my head at like my memory, because I'm like, did we? My God, I can't remember. And secondly, just my level, like this is me. I mean, everything always gets done, but fuck, man. Like it's never just straightforward, like step by step by step. I'm just such a like, oh, well, we were at this house, they were at that house. And remember we did it this way. It's like, oh my God, poke myself in the eye. But anyway, thanks for being so patient with me.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. So, okay, that's fine, Kate. No worries. So those are the 2 forms for the body readings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all that needs to be filled in. Then you need the face reading form.
Yeah.
And there's a hand reading form.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are 4 forms.
Yeah.
Then there's the lifestyle consultation form.
Hang on.
Hey, wait, can you just hang on 2 seconds?
Oh yeah.
Face, hands, left. Yeah. Where'd she go?
Oh.
Sorry, guys. I just got to quickly check this message because I thought Heidi was writing something, but
Okay, that's okay.
something just flashed up. I don't know where to find it. I'm pretty sure it was Heidi. I don't know. Maybe it was a text message. Hang on. Sorry. I'm still here. What the hell? Oh, maybe it was on. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, do I get back to you now? Okay. Okay, there we go. I just saw something flash up, Heidi, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, she's trying to write something, but I don't know where she was writing it. I can't find it. Anyway, she'll find her way on. I'm just trying to learn all this bloody technology. Okay, so for the body reading, you need those two forms. Then you need the face reading form, the hand reading form. Yep. There's no foot reading form. The foot reading is just part of the body reading. And then the lifestyle consultation form. Have you got all of those forms?
Yeah, but we don't need the lifestyle form for the body reading.
No.
You can do, because we can do them separately because, yeah.
Yeah. You can even do 4 lifestyle consultations over the phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like they don't have to be the same people that you did the body work for.
Yep.
And for the body work, all you just need is a signature. Yeah. Do both of you have the logbook? You know, like that little book that was like an A4 page folded in half that had like the checklist where you can put the...
I've got that, Kate. I can photocopy it for you somewhere else.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
You'll have it, but if you don't...
actually, I do.
Yeah.
It could be yellow. I don't know if I color photocopied it. Yeah, no. That's it. Yeah. So that's actually, that book tells you everything that you have to do. So that's literally going to say 4 body readings. It probably says 5 actually. 5 body readings, 5 body work sessions, 5 lifestyle consultations. That's what it will say.
Okay.
Like basically all you have to do is 5 bodywork sessions, 5 lifestyle consultations and 5 body readings, but we should be able to get away with 4.
Yeah.
And so you can combine the lifestyle consultations with the body work. And then with the body reading, we just need to add in the face and the hands. And that's it. You don't need to do the comprehension thing anymore.
Okay, and with forms, how detailed are we? How detailed do they really need to be? Because with a couple of them, they're fairly basic and messy. Do I need to like actually have them like at assessment level? Yeah. Or...
Okay, the truth is only one of your body readings will get actually assessed. Technically, you only need a hand in one. But because they've changed the rules to say that you've got to actually, in the past students only ever had to send me one and that got looked at. But now they've changed it that you've got to submit all of them. So only one of them's really got to get actually assessed. The rest are just for evidence. So
really well written, clearly legible, like, and the rest of them can be quite messy because like when you do them on the go, filling them in.
Yeah, well, I mean, so Kate, you've got 2 done, right? Just leave those the way they are and just add to them with the face and the hands, yeah? But don't worry a bit too much about making them perfect. But then the next 2 that you do them perfectly. And we've got a couple of weeks to do that. Do them perfectly and then it's fine. Do you know what I mean? Because you'll have 2 perfectly done things and 2 that are a bit messy. Fine. That's absolutely fine. So, Kate, you've got what face readings have you got there, babe?
So I did one of my old housemate, which she would be totally okay to either meet up or send me a photo. She doesn't live too far.
But do you need a photo if you've already done it though, or do we just need
it's just the face?
Kate's saying also to add that she could do her body.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah. Is that right?
To fill in that gap. Yep.
Yeah.
Do we need to provide any photos?
Yes, you do. You need you need to submit the photos. But it's okay. Like we're so easily going to get this covered because anything that we don't have, you know, we can use each other students. Do you know what I mean? So let's just cover what Kate's got and then we'll cover what you've got, Jess, and we'll just write a little list of what we need to fill in. So Kate,
so I've got the face reading of my old housemate. and I'll get her to send me photos, and I'll do the rest of her body.
Yeah, good idea.
And the other face reading I have is George's, which I'm sure she'll be fine to send me. Georgia, if you're going to listen to this.
Because Georgia wants to get the certificate as well. So
so I'll reach out to her and ask her to send me, if she can get someone to take photos of her front, back and side.
Exactly.
How would we do the string analysis though? We'd have to get someone to, like, if they're going to send us side images, we'd have to get them
they'll have to hook up a string. Yeah. Now, I've just got this vague recollection of Georgia with her little belly poking out on the thing, and you were adjusting her, and then that's when you had your green out and went white, wasn't it? Weren't you touching Georgia's body?
No, I had that during the when we were doing the body analysis. So
your body.
Babs was reading my body.
Yeah. So whose body did you read? Only Ali's?
Only Ali's, yeah. We just did one.
You didn't do two? Okay.
No, we just did the one.
Okay, we must have run out of time. Okay, no worries. So you've got your ex-housemate, you've got Georgia, you've got Ali, and you've got Zoe.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect. So, Kate, that's great. So you've just got to fill in those gaps.
Yeah.
So that each of them has hands. The hands is quite, just the hands is a whole kettle of fish. Like, I think I need to do like.
We should be getting them to send us front, back, and side images, and then images of hands, front and back. Yeah?
Yeah, and face. From the front and both side profiles. Yeah, and get them to send photos of their feet as well. So you can fill in those gaps. Okay, so that's good. So let's now do Jess with the body readings, and then we'll come back and talk about body work. So Jess, what have you got body reading wise?
Hang on, I'm just saying photos. And what did you say with the face? So face is front on and side, yeah?
Front and two side profiles, yeah.
Two side profiles, thanks. I don't have it in front of me. I'm on the charger, and for some reason my phone's not charging, so I'm not going to move. But I think I've got like 4.
All done.
Readings. Yeah, I've done a few.
Well done. That's
4
great.
readings and 2. I think I got 2 face readings from the course.
Yeah.
1 hand.
Yeah.
So I don't have. I mean, the feet were included in.
Yeah.
They were included. But I don't have any photos. I don't. So yeah, I'd have to chase up the photos, and yeah. So that's it. Is that right?
Okay. So whose hand have you got? Whose hand did you do, Jess?
Hang on a second.
Kate, whose hand did you do? What do you have? One hand form filled in?
I do. I did Alon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I don't have a photo or anything, but yeah.
You could always contact him and see if he wants the rest of his body done.
Yeah. that would be the 5th person.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I've got Scott's hand, and it's pretty in depth, so I feel that's.
Yay, that's good. Well, you could do Scott's body. Do you have
Scott's
anything?
body. I'm pretty sure
You've got Scott's body too.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
I think so. I'm not sure. A lot of them actually don't have names on them, but I know who I've done, so I just have to go through it. I know I've definitely done 4.
Well, that's ace.
I've done more than 4, actually. I've done 2 at the course. I did Heidi's girls and I did Al. So yeah, I don't have the hands and the face for all of them, but I'm going to do them separately.
Awesome. Good work, guys. See, this is just going to be way easier than we think. Yeah. So Kate,
I have a
yeah.
question. What does the lifestyle consultation form look like? Jessica, do you have that?
Yeah.
It literally will say lifestyle consultation on the front. It's the one where they're asking marital status, do you have children? It's more like a counselling session.
What about the disclaimer form? Do we need to check client case history?
I mean, that's like ticking the boxes hardcore is like having them sign off on it. I mean, that is ideal because we're also going to be sharing their information with the college. Do you know what I mean? But that's as easy really as like just emailing it to to whoever it is and getting them to print it, sign it, and send you a photo, of their signature.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Kate.
It's like...
Oh, no, lifestyle consultation.
It's like we're going to do our absolute best to get everything that we can done by the beginning of October. So that all we've got to do in October is we've got to do the legal module. And then we've got the whole of October to fill in any gaps. Because once we send it all to Mari, she'll be like, okay, you need this form or that form. But, it will be minimal. Like, we just need to get the bulk of that done.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sorry, going back to the lifestyle consultation form.
Yeah.
Did you say that we have to fill that out for the people that we do the body readings on?
Separately?
No, they're separate.
They can be, okay. And how many did you say we have to do of these?
They can be though, Kate.
Yeah, they can be if you want. If you want to kill two birds with one stone, you could do the lifestyle consultations with the same people you do the body reading with. You have to have done 5 lifestyle consultations, but we can get away with 4.
Yeah.
But Kate, have you done any done any body work since the course?
No.
Okay, that's cool. So yeah, so this is going to be a little bit tricky because you could do, well, basically we need you to do basically 4 sessions in the next couple of weeks. So no, actually, because you've got until the beginning of November. So, because they're just signatures. Do you know what I mean? Who did you do body work on at the course?
Alon. Yeah.
Did you get his signature in your logbook?
No, I didn't get any signatures in my logbook.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I supervised that, so we should be able to use that one because I supervise it. So I would sign off to say that I supervised you doing body work on him.
Yeah.
And
I have to do another, and I have to get another. So you supervise that one, and then I have to get another 4. I have to do another 4 with signatures. Is that correct?
Just at least 3. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Another 3. Sorry.
So one of those could be with Jess because you're gonna record that so I can watch it. And then just another 2.
Yeah.
I mean, as I said, you don't have to do a big emotional release session, babe. Like you could literally, if you wanted, I don't know if you're still with your partner or whoever, but if you wanted to do one, let's just say on somebody such as a partner or a friend who you don't really feel comfortable doing a full emotional your grandmother's in the room, whatever could happen sort of thing. You could just literally do more like lay down. I'm going to, do the points at the back of the head. I'm going to open the gateways on the fingers and the toes. And then I'm literally just going to get my piece of paper and press all of the pressure points and then do some chakra rebalancing, just like, some long strokes and sort of balancing and then finish the session. Like that is technically the body work. You know what I mean? So don't think of it as, oh my God, who in my life right now is going to be comfortable to go on this massive spiritual, like emotional journey. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be like that. It's just to show, it's just to give yourself practice and to show me that you know how to locate those pressure points.
Yeah.
You know how to talk to the client properly,
Yeah.
and just for your own experience, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Also, you just need to have the signature. So
Yeah.
however you want to go about that
Okay.
is up to you.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying. So, and then we can fill in the gaps later, because with the learning, which I'm really I'm committed to, I'm not going to say, oh, just do whatever it takes to get the certificate, and then fuck it, once you've got the certificate, we won't bother. Like we have to actually do what needs to be done, but it doesn't have to happen in that time frame. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm changing the order as I do.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, Jess, what about you with bodywork? What have you got, babe? Jess? Oh, can you guys hear me?
My internet's lagging a little bit.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
what happened? You guys are being robots. It's hilarious. It's like, whoa, like, what?
Oh, really?
Just
Hang
for a
on.
little bit, but I think I got the gist. Yeah. It's weird. Anyway, I like it. I don't know. Still don't know what the question was.
Oh, sorry. Have you done, how much bodywork have you done since the course?
3 since the course.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay.
And plus 1 at the course, and then Kate.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you just do Kate and film it, or I'll witness it on Zoom, you're done then. You just need their signatures. Now, how many of those lifestyle consultation forms have you got filled out, Jess?
Filled out, only 1, but probably not even properly, because I felt while I was doing them, I felt really detached to writing the words down, because it interfered with me being able to sit and be present. So I feel like I'll do the consultations completely separate, because while I was doing them and filling out the form, it was taking away, honestly, from just dropping into that person. So I'll just do the 5 on different people over the phone now, or however I can.
Yeah, I would prefer you to do them, if you can, on the same people that you did the bodywork on, if you can.
Oh yeah, I could do.
If you can wrangle it that way, because you could do one with Kate, and then you could do, who's the bodywork that you did at the course?
Jacinta.
Oh, perfect. Jacinta will be totally fine to do a lifestyle consult over the phone.
Have her signature. When we're talking about having people that we did at the course, but yeah, Heidi's girls as well. So I think I started one of theirs, but I could.
When I say signature, it needs to be an initial in your book.
Yeah. Okay.
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 So,
I can get consultations for the people that I did the bodyworks on. Yes, I can do that.
It's not like the person who's ticking this off is going to ring the person and say, could I please verify what your signature looks like? Send me a picture of your license. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I can do that. That makes sense. Easy.
It's just, it all comes down to integrity, okay? I don't want to encourage anybody to do anything that they don't feel in integrity with and that they don't feel comfortable with. So if it was me,
I feel comfortable knowing that I've done something, and I'm just
exactly. If you have to fill in the book, but you know you did it, and that's within your integrity, then that's absolutely fine with me. That's within my integrity to sign off that I know you did it because I trust you. Do you know what I mean? So,
okay, cool. So my only dilemma or like challenge is getting photocopies of the forms during. So I just have to figure out.
I've got the forms in a Dropbox, so I can email you the templates. Do you
how should I print them? How are you going to
Oh,
print
you
them?
don't have a printer.
That's what I'm saying. It's just a challenge. I'll figure it out.
Oh, but hang on, Officeworks. Doesn't Officeworks have a click and collect printing service?
They do. My friend did it and said that it was too hard. They said
Oh.
something like that. But it's okay. It's not
It's
just
not
a
a big
challenge.
deal.
No,
Yeah.
it's just a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, you could buy a printer for $40
Yeah. And true.
from the post office. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Sweet. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Does that come with ink cartridges?
I know. I was just thinking shit. I don't know. Do the printers come with? I think they do.
I think they do.
come with the original the initial print cartridges. Yeah.
That's how they get you, because the printers are really cheap, and then you have to go and buy the cartridges.
I know. It's like
afterwards,
just every single time you run out of cartridges, just go and buy a new printer.
It's true. That's
It's so
terrible
bad for the environment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jinx. Okay, cool. I feel
okay, so I'm just thinking the only other way is if you want to know, because you've got to draw on them, because I was thinking you could type into the forms, but you've got to draw, but you've already done the body readings. So your lifestyle consultation forms, Jess, you can just type into, darling.
I've got all.
You can just type into the lifestyle consultation forms.
Yeah, but I don't know if my I've got to go through it all, because I don't know if I've got them all for the same. I've got the drawings. Oh yeah, because we're doing the bodyworks separately with the life consultations. Yeah, I just have to get my head around how they all marry up. That's my only thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
okay.
then,
so yeah.
And then the
okay,
photos.
so the other thing that I was thinking is, one other thing that we could do is, and I mean, we could even do it now if you want. I could stand in my underwear and you could literally do a body reading on me, like over Zoom. And I could even sort of point out some of the bits of what I think it's communicating to help you guys to refresh. I don't know if that would be helpful or if that's adding more confusion.
I think that could still be beneficial. Just to, yeah.
Or do you want to have like the opportunity to sort of go through what you've got, figure out where the gaps are, and then?
No, I don't think I need it for sleep, but I feel like.
Oh, I lost you.
Yeah.
Sorry, babe. Say that again.
She's frozen.
I'm going to plug my phone in as well. So, Kate, how are you feeling? Are you okay with everything? Jess has disappeared.
Yeah, I think so. Until I actually go away and start doing it, but I think, yeah, I think so. It's more, I'm a bit, yeah, it's more the bodyworks thing. But if I do, so I've got the one that I did on Alon.
Yeah.
Is the weakness one.
Yeah.
I'll do one on Jessica.
Yeah.
I'll do one on boy that I'm seeing. He'll be okay with that. And I might maybe do one on my older sister, so she just lives around the corner if she's up for it.
That's perfect.
So that's.
And then all of those 4 people you can do the lifestyle consultations for as well. Because you could do, I mean, Alon, I don't know how you feel about contacting him and interacting with him. He's not really in the zone, but he's in Israel, I think. So you could easily, you could easily hook up and do a, well, I don't know if it'll be easy, but presumably it could be easy if he's up for it to even maybe even send him the form and say, can you fill this in?
Yeah, right.
You know, it's more of like you having a conversation. It's you just proving that you have the skills and ability and the nature or the sort of, you know, personality to be able to hold space for somebody and give them like a counseling session, so to speak. Not a deep psychological counseling session, but just enough that you can listen to somebody, oh, what's your marital status like? And tell me where you're at the moment and what is it you're wanting to achieve and all of those sorts of things, and then just be able to fill it in the form. So, I mean, we already know that you can do that.
Yeah.
So, again, it's just getting the paperwork for the proof.
Yeah. And so, sorry, the lifestyle consultation form marries up with the bodywork, people who I'm doing the bodyworks on.
Yeah, but if you wanted to switch it and do some of the ones that you did the body reading, like you could get Ali to fill that in. You could get Zoe to
But then
fill
I would
that
have
in.
to do the bodyworks on Ali, no? So the lifestyle consultation doesn't necessarily have to marry up with the people who I'm doing the bodyworks on.
I'd prefer it to marry up with either the bodywork or the body reading, not just be some random person. Do you know what I mean? Like,
okay, so it can be one or the other.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, easy.
So
Fine.
you could do the lifestyle consultation with the boy that you're seeing, with Jessica and your older sister, then that's 3. And you could do it with Ali, let's just say, for example. So then that's it. That's 4 done. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So the biggest thing for you, babe, just for you, Kate, not anybody else, just for you, and there will be other people I'll say this to, is to just not to get overwhelmed, because that's going to be the only thing that's going to hold you back, and your feeling of,
I'm just clarifying.
Hang on, now I've lost. Oh, I think Jess is back. Wait. Jess? Oh, Jess. Jess, I think your camera's on. Jess, I think you are there, but your camera is on.
Not on.
Oh, Kate's back. Okay, and Jess, we've been speaking for 1 hour.
Can you hear me?
Minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can hear you.
But your video
my
is...
internet.
Okay, keep your video off if you need to, if that makes it easier for the internet. Kate, you're back. Yeah. Oh,
can you hear me?
I've lost you both. I can hear you, Jess. Yeah. Oh, I can hear you, Jess, and I can see you, Kate.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello, Jess. Yep, I can hear Kate. Jess, we can hear you.
Can you hear me, Rach?
Yep, we can hear you, Jess.
So I'm just okay. How?
Shit, it's dropping. It's sort of. I'm like trying to put it to my ear, like.
I can't really hear you guys, so I'm not sure if I should ask.
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I wrote on my thing, which I feel like you're retracting, which is we can't do the lifestyle analysis with anybody, because that's what you said at the start. It is with the people that we've done the.
No, I'd prefer it that it's kept with the people that you're either doing body work or body reading. If that's impossible, then we can do it with anybody, and I'm sure we could get away with it. But what I would prefer, I'd prefer that it's sort of as part of their other, because otherwise, okay, I'll explain my thinking behind it. If you just do the lifestyle consultation on its own, then it's like that's all you gave them was just a lifestyle consultation. And that's fine, because that could be a really amazing experience in itself, because it's basically a counseling session, so to speak. But if you do a body reading, if you do a lifestyle consultation and then a body reading, or a lifestyle consultation and then a body work, it looks like you did give them like a full experience, if that makes sense. So it just makes more logical sense that you would have done the lifestyle consultation with somebody that you were going to go on to do another one of the therapies with, because then it's a complete experience. Because basically everybody you do a body work session with or a body reading session with, you'd most likely would have a chat with beforehand, which therefore would make sense that you'd call that a lifestyle consultation. Because, you know, anybody that comes to my house for a bodywork session, I'm going to have a chat with them first. I'm not just going to put them straight on the table. So then that would be classified as a lifestyle consultation.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool.
Kate, what were you going to say, darling?
Thanks, Liz. I don't know, nothing. I don't think I was going to say anything. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry. I've got, I'm doing the same again. I've got these. Okay. It's just Fabs and Georgia. It's okay. I can just see the group of people like dinging. So,
Oh, yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure nobody's trying to get in. Okay. It's all good. I'm coming back. How do I get back? Zoom. Okay. I'm back. Things like flashed up on my screen, you know, Fabiano or psychosomatic, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, is someone trying to get in?
Yeah, yeah, okay, cool.
Okay. Oh, Jess is gone. Oh, Jess is back. Okay. She's in the waiting room. See, all these things are flashing up constantly. Oh my God. Anyway. All right. So, okay. Jess?
Yes, I'm back.
Oh, there she is. Okay, yay. There you are. Okay, now hang on. Now I've only got...
Just
okay.
don't stop the video, though.
Oh. I think I've frozen.
Hang on.
All right. So, Kate, yeah, I was saying to you...
Can you hear me?
Yep. I think I've frozen. Have I?
Can I just ask one thing?
Of course.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm just going to say. So we have to do, where possible, we have to do the lifestyle consultations on the people that we read.
I don't think we have to, but it would be my preference because it just makes more sense.
Yeah. So I'll gather up the ones that I can, and anyone that I can't, then I'll just make up for it. Yeah, that's with most of it. We're going to try and do it all together as much as we can, but where we can't, there's some allowance to sort of fill in the gaps with the paperwork. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Got it.
Okay.
That's the main thing.
So, have I frozen, or can you see me? What's going on? Because it seems like I'm frozen.
No, I still see.
Have I frozen though?
No.
Because on my side it's frozen.
That means
there's a bloody dude here to pick up a bike on Marketplace, and my beautiful roomie from down the back is not responding. So I just got a message to say, I'm here and I need the bike. Where the hell am I? I don't know where I left my shoes. Okay, so yeah, I was just saying, Jess, to Kate, like, her biggest thing is not to get overwhelmed, because I know Kate's personality, and I know that like that's a real thing that could happen.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take you guys with me to sort this bike out. And trust me, I would probably get a bit overwhelmed too. If I, you know, because it seems a bit like, what am I? Hang on. It's like fully raining. Sorry, girls. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
My screen's frozen. I can't really see. Bloody hell. Okay. Yeah, so I would probably get a bit overwhelmed myself if I was in your shoes, to be completely honest, but there actually is no need to, because worst case scenario, yeah, we just as I said, I literally just stand there in my underwear and you do a body reading on me or whatever I have to do to help you get this done. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just about like, we will get this done. There's no two ways about it. We just have to work together to get it done.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
He must still be asleep and I don't know where the bloody bike is. So, oh,
Do you
here it
want
is.
to? Do you want to? Are you going to
No,
jump
it's all good.
on?
Hey, babe. The guy's here to pick up the cruiser. He's at the front. And I'm on a work thing. So he's literally at the front. Can you run up now? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm back. I've completely frozen. I can't see what you can see of me. So
I see you running in your backyard.
all right, I better just go tell the guy. Yeah, so Kate, are you feeling overwhelmed or are you okay?
I mean, I'm okay at the moment. But yeah, you're right. Like I could get, but I will do my darndest not to get overwhelmed.
Hey there. Sorry, my friend's coming now with the bike. Okay, no worries. He'll be up in a minute. He's just bringing it up now. Okay. He won't be long. Sorry. Okay.
So cute.
Hey.
So cute. I haven't seen you from that angle before, and you just like look so cute.
Why? What do I? Why? Here, and my screens. What? Running in the rain with the.
It's like just the angle that it was at. You just looked like really young, and like really young, like 8 or 9 young.
Like a child.
A child.
Oh my god. Yeah, sorry. Okay, I'm fully present back. I'm fully present again. Sorry. Okay, yeah, Kate, totally understandable for you to feel a bit overwhelmed, like truly, but it's okay, let me put it this way. The actual amount of work is not that overwhelming, but the attitude that you have toward it could be overwhelming if you tell yourself, oh my God, you know, I've got to give this extensive body reading where I've got to change this person's life and I've got to make a difference to them beyond belief like we did at the course. And fuck yeah, that would be overwhelming because it's like, oh shit, like God, now this thing that I haven't done for ages that I haven't even had a refresher in because in an ideal world, I'd like to be you to have a refresher, which I'm still here for another couple of hours. So whatever you want to ask, like if you want to ask, we can go over shit now if you want. I can do a face reading on Jess if you want. You can witness it or whatever you need me to do. But like, you know, it's just to say that don't put too much pressure on the actual process of it. Like, yes, getting that amount of work done in a short space of time could be overwhelming in its own right. But once you really look at it, all you've really got, it's not really that. It's probably a few hours work, really, maybe 10 hours work over the next couple of weeks, you know? But it's more just the standard that you're going to hold yourself to. That's how the overwhelm's going to come in. If you start to think, oh my God, you know, I've got to deliver this life-altering thing, which it doesn't have to be. Remember, it's literally just, you know, it's just like as in minimizing it, but it doesn't have to be so spiritual or so deep or so emotional. It can literally be like, hey, what I'm noticing in your knees is that they're pointing inwards. So that's therefore going to put pressure on your back. Like that stuff's logical from yoga. We know that, yeah? So, and then because your back's got pressure on it, you're pushing your womb out. Now that's going to make you feel like you're constantly like giving your power away because you're just in a constant state of like not really experiencing your own alignment in your spine. And then your shoulders are rounded because you're worried right now. You're carrying the world on your shoulders. You know, and then you're not really, you know, shoulders back in like an aligned feeling of your power center. So it can come down to like quite what I would say, not basic because there's nothing basic about it, but quite logical, common sense, yoga, posture alignment. Come back to that because the more you get into masculine, feminine and chakras and emotions and everything, that might therefore cross over into, oh my God, a bit of
Yeah.
overwhelm.
No,
You know,
but
but if you just come straight back to like the actual physical body, you know?
yeah, yeah. I do feel all right with that stuff, with the body readings. I think probably because it'll just be doing it from a photo. I'm not actually presenting it or giving it, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah, that's the
And
other
that's
part
the
of it.
part that I actually find overwhelming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you can quietly do it on your own and you know,
I think,
work with the book and everything. Yeah. And I mean, we've got an 8 p.m. curfew. So what else are you doing?
I'm a nana anyway. I'm not doing anything. Curfew or no curfew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the body work, as I said, to take the overwhelm out of that,
Yeah.
you know, you don't even have to have any music. If you want to do music, you can do music, but you don't have to. You could put on some sort of meditation music or whatever suits you. You don't have to do it the way we did at the course. It's just to locate those pressure points. And again, just even if you gave somebody a chakra rebalance, like it's just so you can say, I've touched this many bodies because that, therefore I'm exploring, I'm understanding these concepts. I'm getting experience. I'm talking to people. I'm reading the book. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And sorry, can you remind me for the bodywork sessions, where do we get that signature? Like, was
In
there
the
paperwork
logbook.
for that? Oh, the logbook was only
In the logbook.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So open that logbook, babe, and I don't know if Jess is. I think Jess is still there. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm getting my stuff.
This is so much fun. I just wish we were face to face, though.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would love it so much. I actually love the retreats and the learning and doing this shit. Like, this is fun to me, but over Zoom, I mean, I'm still having so much fun with you girls, but if we're face to face, I'd just be so happy. God, like then we could just like do readings on each other and body work on each other. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This is our new way of living.
No, I will not succumb to that. Not true.
It's true. It's just temporary.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Yes. Okay. So my eyes are not the best. Can you just put that right up to the screen? Yeah. Okay. So see how it's literally got provision there for 5. What does it say, babe?
So 5 body mind analysis sessions.
That's the body reading.
The 5 psychosomatic lifestyle consultations.
That's the consultation. Yeah.
So then, and then it's got the clinical practice day 1 psychosomatic lifestyle consultation and psychosomatic emotional release bodywork. So
exactly.
So there's 2 of them. There's 2.
So that's what I was supposed to witness you in. Okay. So what that's saying is that on that 2-day retreat that we would have done, or 2 days of supervision, I do it as a retreat, but other teachers just do it as like literally like clinic days. But anyway, that I would have witnessed you doing a lifestyle consultation and a bodywork session and another lifestyle consultation and a bodywork session. So that's what we need to film. Now I'm saying that we should be able to get away with just filming 1 for evidence that I supervised you doing that. Okay. So as we've said, 5 body readings, but you will get away with 4. I'm almost like 95% sure you'll get away with 4. Then, and I'll get that clarified on Monday. But aim for 4, because as I said, you've only really got to submit 1, so 4 is going to be amazing. 4 of the lifestyle consultations. That's what it says there. Yeah. And then does it say? Is there a provision to get signatures for bodywork? It should be on that same checklist.
Endorsed by teacher.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Endorsed by teacher for the lifestyle consultations and the BMAs. But what does it have anything there about bodywork?
It's got the lifestyle consultation and bodywork, but it's just, and then it says endorsed by the teacher. Endorsed by teacher.
Yeah. Okay. So, Jess
Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, I'm trying to make that bigger. Bloody hell.
So there's nowhere to get the signature from the person that we're doing.
Jess, can you just take a screenshot and just send it to me on the messenger chat, and I'll just go and have a look? Because my eyes, I can't see.
Bear with me for 2 seconds.
Yeah, so yeah, so Kate, that's basically, if you ever get overwhelmed about what you need to do, just come back to that logbook. It's literally telling you right there all you've got to do. Yeah.
But it looks like it's divided up into the clinic days, record of assignments.
Yeah, but remember that we're not doing the clinic days because of this.
It doesn't have anywhere that I can see as a
signature. Yeah.
It says endorsed by client. Endorsed
client.
by
yeah.
Endorsed
Where
by
it says
teacher.
client. Okay, so basically body mind analysis, it wants you to do 5. So there you've just got to list the 5 that you did. And then get the client signature, but you can just sign that and then I'll endorse that, okay? Then the 5 lifestyle consultations, we've spoken about that. Now, I would like that to be lifestyle consultations, body work, and then I want you to have done the okay, Rachel, slow down. 5 body mind analysis, okay? 5 lifestyle consultations, and then 5 body work sessions. Okay, so altogether, I want you to have done 15 things. Okay, but I'm telling you that we can get away with 4 of each. So there's basically 12 things that you need to do, which is 4 body readings, 4 lifestyle consultations, and 4 body work sessions. Okay, so that's, if you break it down like that, that's all I need. Now, as I said, those 4 lifestyle consultations, if they could be of somebody that you either did a body reading or a body work session with, that would be great. Okay, so that's that. Yeah. Then,
wait, sorry. The body mind analysis, which is the body readings. Can I just use that terminology, right?
Yeah.
So there's still nowhere, because they may be separate, there's still nowhere where we sign for the body works.
Yeah, exactly. But
okay.
Exactly. But just add like an extra bit of paper or something just to say who you did. Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Now, and especially this is important because we didn't do the clinic days yet. But we're not telling them that we didn't do the clinic days yet. I mean, Mari knows for sure. Like I've discussed all of this with Mari, by the way. So I'm doing this, I'm passing down to you what we've discussed.
Yeah.
Is then I can say with my hand on my heart that I know that you've done the body work, rather than, we didn't do the clinic days and I don't even think they've done any body work, but I'm just going to bullshit and say that they did. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to feel like I'm lying in any way, because I don't enjoy that. And I also think it's good for you guys to not feel like you're lying, because then, even though we're going to backfill in some of this, I still, when you get your certificate, want you to feel proud of yourself. Do you know what I mean? Not like, but this was based on bullshit, So, and also with that, where it says clinic practice day 1, clinic practice day 2, those are the things that I would have witnessed you doing on those clinic days. So I would have witnessed you doing a body mind analysis session with which is obviously a body reading. And I would have witnessed you doing 2 body work sessions, and I would have witnessed you doing 2 lifestyle consultations, because you would have done them with the people that you did the body work sessions with. Now, because we're going to postpone our 2-day event until next year, as I've spoken about, well, it looks like it's going to be next year now. But I still need to say that I witnessed some of that, okay? So I witnessed you doing the body work at the course. So, Kate, I witnessed you doing that on Alon. Jess, I witnessed you doing that on Scott, was it? Who did you say you did it on again, Jess?
Jacinta.
Jacinta. Yeah, so that's the one that you would put on the clinic day bit on the logbook, because I already witnessed that. And then the second one would be you 2 doing it on each other. And I'll witness that over Zoom or whatever we're going to do.
Yeah.
Okay, now the body reading, I saw you do a body reading at the course as well. That's either Zoe or Ali or whoever Jess said she did, I've forgotten. So, yeah, so you can easily fill in all of those parts on the logbook with what I'm asking you to do. And then it's just putting them in the right spot on the logbook. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
is that all good? Do you get it?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to quickly say something. So I'm going to add a piece of paper for the body works, and I'm also going to add a piece of paper for the hand and face, because we haven't included them in the...
No, the hand and face is part of the
Body.
5 body mind analysis.
Yeah, but
So
you said that if we hadn't done them, because you didn't say that we had to at the point in time, that you'll accept them separately as well.
Well, no, because you do the face and the hand reading on the same people that you do the bodies for. So, Jess, you've got 4 body readings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you've got face and hands, but they're not for the same people, are they?
Correct.
Yeah. So I'll check with Mari, but what might have to happen is you'll either have to do a body reading on one of the people, on the people that you've got the faces done for, or a face reading on the people that you've done the body for. Because technically it should be face, body, hand on the one person.
Righto. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. What I meant was, even though you've done them separately, you could backfill. Like you could backfill what you don't have.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So, but you've got 4.
I feel like I'm going in circles. I feel okay about everything. Can I just ask one more thing?
Yeah.
So does every single point... Oh, okay. So the one that is going to be the really legible, neat one that I'm going to do now, I'll fill in all of them. But with some of them that I did at the time as well, like if they didn't stand out as such, I didn't write anything in that section for the body mind analysis. Is that enough, or do I have to go back and sort of like fill it all in so there's something for every bit?
Yeah. Just fill it in. Go get your book out. Open the book, find whatever their eyebrows look like or whatever their knees look like, and just copy and paste what's written in the book.
Okay, I'm going to start with the photos. I think I am good to sort of jump off and just get my head around what I need to gather, who I need to contact, and piece it all together so that I can use my time effectively, even when I need to ask more questions. Because at the moment, like, it was really clear, and now the more that I'm talking about it, I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed. Yeah. So I feel like it's good for me to stop here and start implementing and gathering and working towards that. And then I'm sure if I'm stuck with anything majorly, we can check in with you. How are we going to go about giving this piece of paper to you? Are we going to like...
Well, Jess, I can just come get it off you at your place.
And we can have a flick through it together and just make sure it's all... Okay, cool.
Yeah. With Kate, I can't probably really justify coming out to Northcote.
I mean, I can go to Jessica's.
Yeah, Kate can come here and do the body works, and then...
Yeah. because I live within 5 kilometers from Jess. So at Carrum, if I go to that address.
Yeah.
So we could get away with that. Plus, remembering that now that I'm a person who lives alone, as of whatever date, I can have an allocated person, but I don't know if my allocated person can change or if I've got to like list one person.
No, you've got to stay in a bubble.
No, the only thing you've got to do is if someone gets pulled over saying that they're coming to your house, you have to be aware that that person's already down. But within the scope of things, until you get questioned, you can use whoever you want to. It's like a free ticket to socialize responsibly, unless they get pulled up and then your name goes down. But you could also be in a relationship and that relationship could change. And I'm saying responsibly. I'm not saying taking the piss out of things, but just being able to get away with a bit of movement.
Yeah. No, look, I'm not trying to take the piss either, but all three of us are very healthy. It's not like any of us think we're at risk of having anything. So, I think that's already responsible. Do you know what I mean? All right. Well, that's a good idea, but I really want to aim to have these body readings done by the end of September, because then we can use the whole of October to make sure that Mari's happy with the paperwork. I would need us to have time in case there's anything that we've missed, and I also need us to have time to do the legal module.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, just work on completing the body readings, work on doing some body work sessions and having some evidence. Even if you just film all of them, but not the whole session, just film like them getting on the table or you doing the gateways or whatever. Like, just get as much fucking evidence as possible just because of this situation, so that I can just have everything possible to say they've done all the work and they can get the certificate.
Yeah. What can I do? Have you got a table, Jess? You don't, do you? Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, sweet. If I don't have a table, like if I do my man friend, what I could maybe borrow Sam's table.
Also, you could just lay a towel on the bed.
Oh yeah, on the bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, you're just getting a signature, and this is for your own experience and for your own exploration, and just to prove that you've had that experience and that you've done that exploration. This is not to prove that I've done 5 professional bodywork sessions that I charge for. It's to prove that as a student, I did 5 practice bodywork sessions to help me with my learning, my comprehension, my experience. Remember, this is a student. You're proving that you've done your work as a student, not as a professional. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's I like that.
Yeah, this is all study.
Yes.
It's not the test. The test is technically already been passed. You know what I mean? So,
cool.
Because I saw on the 10 days that I would pass each of you, it's just about, getting you as confident as you need to be.
Yeah. Sweet.
All right. So, feel free to stay on if you want, Kate, and we can do whatever you need. Jess, if you want to switch and you want to do, if you want me to read your faces or whatever you want me to do, whatever would be helpful if you need a refresher, or if it's better for you to just know that, know what to do and work through the book or whatever. I don't know. Everyone's got their different learning styles. So,
what were you going to say about the hands thing? You said that you wanted to touch more on the hands.
Yeah, I think it's really important that we do a class just dedicated to hands. Mm-hmm. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Carrum, get my books and have my books in front of me so that we can do it as like a proper class where we're all working through the book together. Melanie just is joining in. I don't think you two have met Melanie.
I've met Melanie. I came for that day. Yeah.
Hey, Melanie, we can't see you. So I'm going to do a separate class on the hands, and go through the book properly so we can all go through the book again and just refresh hands. Because I think, and I'm happy to do that with any of the body parts. I really am dedicated to getting you guys over the line within the next couple of weeks. Hey, Melanie.
Hey.
Hey.
Sorry I'm late.
You're not late. You're perfectly on time. Kate, you've met Kate.
Yeah.
Kate came
Yeah.
to our
Hi,
course.
Kate.
How you going?
How are you?
Good.
And this is Jess. Jess is as one of my students from the course before Kate's course.
Hello.
And yeah.
Hi, Jess.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
That's good.
We've just been working through, Melody, like what we've all got, what we don't have, what gaps we need to fill in and stuff like that. So these two girls are pretty up to scratch with what they've got to do. And we're just talking about the fact that, you know, I'm going to run a class specifically on hands just to have a refresher. And, you know, that any other body parts or face parts or whatever that we need a refresher. Whatever you need me to do, you just have to tell me, because I can't read your minds, so I don't know what you specifically need. So if there's anything you need, you just have to tell me. And
Okay.
like Jess, I know you're not very good at asking for that because you don't want to inconvenience me anyway. But seriously, if you need me to go over something, because I love it, so I'm happy to, but I don't want to sort of be bombarding you guys. That's the only reason why I'm not like pushing stuff onto you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, Melanie, if this is in tune where she's at, because she's just jumped on as well. But like, I feel really good with. I actually feel pretty good with hands, because I remember in one of the classes, Michael said, when you get overwhelmed with the hands, like refer it back to the chakras. And I think hands are quite like that. That's quite easy to fall back on. But I haven't done many faces, and I know I can look back at it, and I've got the books. Yeah, actually, I'm just talking out loud. I think I'm okay.
Do you want me to do a face reading right now on one of the other girls and just see how I go about it?
Yeah, would you do it on me for a moment?
Yeah.
Can I go to the toilet quick before you start?
Of course. The
Okay.
only thing is that, like, I can't see very well, but, you know, I mean, maybe you could just take a quick selfie and just send it to me on the message thread, so at least if I can't see your face clearly, I can just refer back to the photo.
Yeah, okay. I was just thinking if there was something else. No. That's the only one that I really get stuck on. It's the I think it's because it's a small. I shouldn't. I don't know. I need to look into that actually. All right, I'll send you a quick one now. Thank you.
And honestly, it's okay to have areas that are difficult and areas that you could. I mean, face reading I picked up like that when I first did my course, but the body work. Oh my God, do you understand how much I resisted the body work at the start? Like,
Right.
I was not into it at all. I hated it, and now, I mean, I haven't done body work for a while because of the situation, but I love body work. You guys know that. So it's okay I was talking to Melanie on the phone actually recently for 5 hours. And we were discussing that, you know, like it's okay to have parts of this that you want to use in different ways. You know, you might not want to do professional face readings at a professional level, so to speak, but you might use your face readings just when you're working with people in general, you know what I mean? Whereas you might want to professionally market yourself for the body work. So it's okay. Like, there's no good, bad, right or wrong. This is going to stay with you for the rest of your life. So just because you don't want to be doing anything with the face reading now, it doesn't mean you might not drop into that a year from now, you know? All right, just let me go and look at these photos.
Hopefully they're clear enough.
You're so cute. Okay, so that's your left and that's your right. Okay. But that was a selfie, yeah? So that's your left and that's your right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so can you guys see the photos that Jess has sent me?
No, we can see you.
Okay.
A photo of you.
Kate. I'm just going to send it to Kate.
I
It's
can
on the
see Jess's one side, but not the other side.
Oh, I didn't send the other side.
Okay, I've just sent it to you.
I can see them, yeah.
I forgot
Okay,
about that.
Melanie, did you get that?
I'm just checking. Looks like I have. Yep. Got it.
Okay, awesome. So I'll do it off the photos, okay? So that we can all
Just
see what
bring
I'm
them
referring
up.
to.
Okay, cool. Hang on. I just want to look at it. Were you going to do side or profile or do it all at once? I just want to know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I'll do the front first.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, that profile photo that you sent me.
What's wrong with that? Shows my schnozzin.
I'm like, I don't know if we're looking at a different one, but I'm like, all I can really see is your jawline. I can't really see much from that side profile.
It's tricky.
It's quite difficult to take your own side profile, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, dear. So, Kate, you've got both photos, and Melody, you've got both photos.
Yep.
All right, let me just do it from the front for starters. Shit, now I've lost. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. So, first of all, Jess, thank you so much for allowing me to read your face. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by looking at the zoning on the face. Now, I'm only going by the photo. Okay.
Yeah.
So, because when somebody sends you a photo for a face reading, it might not be the best photo. It might not be the most perfect photo, but that's the photo that they chose to send you. So in my opinion, I'm actually trusting at a universal level that that was the photo that I was supposed to be reading the face off. Therefore, that the message that comes through from that photo is the message that I was supposed to give that person, and that's the message that they were supposed to hear. So somebody could say, oh, yeah, but that's just because that's the way that photo is taken. But I'm like, yeah, but that's the photo that that person chose to send me. And that's the photo that universally I'm supposed to be reading this person off right now. So therefore, I'm trusting that the message that come through from the way the photo was taken down to the angles and all of that is still going to be an accurate representation of the message that I want to send. Does that make sense?
Perfect.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay,
While I think of it, can I quickly ask a question?
Of course.
If we needed an extra face reading, couldn't we use your face, Jess?
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously not to copy your words, Rachel. We'll use our own assessment.
Yeah, the thing is that the face readings are to be done of the same people that you did the body readings on.
Oh, okay.
But what we can do is I can take a photo of my face and my body, and I can do a whole analysis of my face and my body for you, and you can use my face and my body if you need an extra one.
Okay.
But we'll go through what you've got and what you don't have in a minute, Melody. And
Yeah, no worries.
I've gone through that with the other girls, and they've sort of, we figured out a strategy for how they can get their shit done. So we'll figure that out for you as well. All right. So, but yes. So what I prefer to do to start off with is to look at this person's overall face, and to look at the zones. So from what I can see here, there's 3 zones on the face. I'm sort of halfway between doing this as a reading and teaching you. I'll just do it as a teacher for starters, and then I'll do a proper reading. Okay, so remembering the 3 zones. So from the top of right in between Jess's eyebrows to her hairline is the mental third of the face. Then from between the eyebrows to the tip of the nose, just like right underneath the nose where it meets back to the face, is the emotional zone. And then from underneath that nose down to the tip of the chin is the physical zone. So those 3 zones on Jess's face, from the photo that she sent me right now, I'm really seeing that physical zone as quite prominent. So yes, it is the angle of the photo, but as I said, this is the photo that she sent me. So do I ask her to send me another photo, or do I go by what I'm seeing? So I'm going to go by what I'm seeing right now. So I'm going to say that I really feel that at the moment, at this time of Jess's life, it might have changed since, 2 weeks ago, because the face can change on a daily basis, that it seems that Jess is in quite a physical and emotional state at the moment. So her awareness is on what I am feeling and then what I am doing with those feelings. Now, Jess actually said earlier on in this conversation that she's in a moment right now of her life where she feels really action orientated, and she's actually got quite a zest for getting shit done at the moment. So that would actually make sense with what she already communicated to me, that at the moment there is a focus on what do I need to do? What do I need to get done? How can I process my emotions and then have that filter down into taking action in the physical world? Jess's lips are also very full. So what I would say from that, and I would say that there's a little bit more of a fullness on the right hand side than there is on the left, especially in the top lip. Yeah. So I would say that Jess is in a space where she is giving a lot of attention to her sensuality. Now that might not always translate into sex. That might be that she's just very tuned into her senses at the moment. So that could actually be coming from a feeling of survival. It could be coming from this being in this more physical state. If I'm looking at the fact that the physical third of her body face at the moment is a bit more prominent, that sensuality could be coming from a state of survival, or needing to be onto it, like needing to be tuned into what she can smell, what she can see, what she can feel, what she can hear, and all of those senses sort of being quite alive right now in terms of, the physical aspect of life. Remembering that the chakra points are in the face. So if you look at the chin as like the base chakra, and the base chakra is all about survival, family, history, abundance. It's like Jess has a lot of that right now. So it's like, I would say that because of the global situation that we're currently found ourselves in down in Victoria, that her base chakra is very, and I know my ass has definitely gotten bigger through this lockdown, and it's not just because I've been eating more chocolate. It's honestly, I really feel that I'm in a very base chakra energy right now. Like, okay, I've got to protect my family. I've got to survive. I've got to, where am I at with my historical blueprint? How is this activating like those parts of me? So I feel that right now, Jess is very sensual. She's very heightened. Her senses are heightened. Whether that's translating to sex or not, I don't know, but it's most certainly translating into this base chakra energy of what do I need to do? Where, how do I need to do it to make sure that I'm okay and my family is okay? And I can definitely see a bit of a difference right now in the left and right hemispheres of Jess's face. So I would say that in that jaw, the right side looks a little bit fuller than the left. The right side almost looks like she's almost like leaning toward that right side, because it looks sort of like her nose is directed that way, her lips are sort of directed that way. Now that again could be the angle of the photo, but it looks to me like the left side is a bit more youthful. The left side is a bit more like wondrous, like, wow, creatively and spiritually, what the hell is going on? And the right side's like, okay, I've got to hold on. I've got to make sure that we're okay. I've got to be grounded. I've got to have a strong jaw. I've got to have this, my wits about me, so to speak. That's what I feel when I look at the difference between the two sides. The emotional third of Jess's face is really alive right now. Like, look at her eyes, which are her heart. They look wide open. Her heart's wide open. It almost looks like she's in awe of life. Like, wow, my heart's really open. There's a definite vulnerability there, but there's a definite openness. Her eyebrows are moving apart a little bit, which says to me that her head and her heart are in a bit of a battle at times. Her left eyebrow sitting perfectly over the left eye, which says to me that, there is this beautiful observation of what's going on in the heart and in life, and it's very open. Whereas the right eyebrow starting to almost like curve down toward the eye, which says to me that the masculine heart feels like it still needs a bit of protection. There's a high observation going on, like, right, I need to be a bit hyper vigilant with my masculine heart. So that can be her masculine heart it can be referring to the masculinity, such as the structure, the form, again, the survival, again, the money, anything that's like considered to be masculine. Or it could be her masculine heart as far as the men in her life and how they're holding her heart and how she feels she's being treated. But there's definitely more of a vigilance in that right side than there is in that left. That left is almost like, wow, I'm a useful woman. I'm a goddess. I'm an empress. I'm looking out across my castle at all the wonder and awe of what's going to happen next in life. And then the masculine's almost like, right, we've got to keep our eye on the ball and we've got to make sure we're okay. And we've got to hold on to our abundance and you know, a bit more of a survival thing going on there. But her emotional third is very alive. You can see the almost like the vitality in those cheeks. And it's interesting because her ears, on this angle of the photo, her ears are way outside the emotional third. They're coming way down into the physical third. So her listening is very much, okay, yep, I feel that way, but what am I going to do with that? What am I going to do with those feelings? You know, it's not sort of like, right, I'm going to listen for how I feel and process how I feel. It's like, okay, I've thought about how I feel. I've sort of, you know, I'm sort of tuned in from a listening perspective to how I feel. But then what am I going to do with those feelings? How am I going to action that? Who do I need to be in the physical world right now? Jess's mental third, remember that is then split into 3 on its own. So right. Across the eyebrows, you've got the observation. Then across the middle of the forehead, you've got the imagination. And then right at the top, you've got the memory. And then right at the top, you've got the imagination. So right now, again, Jess is very prominent in the observation. Like, look at how sort of prominent her eyebrows and that forehead line. Her eyes are a little bit more sunken, which means that she's got a deep heart. But then that need for that observation is really overriding that, almost like, I need to make sure that I'm keenly observing what's going on and make sure that my heart is protected by that observation. Then her memory, I feel that her memory, especially in the masculine right now, has a bit of past programming over it, because there definitely is some hair coming down over there. So I feel like, and for Jess, like just tuning in right now, I feel like it could be past life stuff. I feel like it could be generational stuff, if you want to know the honest truth, because I think when I had contact with Jess's grandmother, there was definitely some old sort of war sort of, even concentration camps sort of energy that came through when I had contact with Jess's grandmother. So I'm feeling like that would be some of the hypervigilance right now, and some of that sort of hair coming over that right side would be like, who do I need to be as a woman, but in my masculine, to make sure that I'm okay, to learn from the past, to protect my child, to protect my family. Whereas the left is almost like, yeah, you can see it's almost like she's looking out over the palace, as I said. It's like, ooh, what's going to happen next? And wow, the wonder and the awe of life. So I feel like, the hair coming down over that right side of the memory there is sort of would insinuate past programming, past memories, whether that's generational, whether it's things that you can remember with your conscious or your unconscious, but that there's definitely some past programming like being played out at the moment in your memory bank. And then Jess's imagination, I think it's the angle of the photo, but I would be saying to Jess, spend a bit more time in your imagination, like really allow yourself to, because I think from knowing Jess and just from reading this face, from what I see in the photo, I would say that Jess has a very idealistic view of how things can be, but probably a fear of really entertaining that too much because we don't want to get our heart broken. And I would say that I'm the same in that. Like, I know that everything could easily go back to normal or be this utopia sort of situation, and it could be amazing. But there's a part of me that's got a cynical view of this based on what I'm observing, and based on that fear and based on that survival, and wanting to make sure that my utopia and the view of how things could be don't sort of make me less vigilant, and therefore I don't do what I've got to do to remain safe right now and into the future.
Is
So
that
I
because
would say,
your imagination's narrowing? Is that what you mean?
well, in this photo, you know, the memory is way more prominent and the observation than the imagination, exactly, because it narrows up.
Narrows, yeah,
Plus,
cool.
I do think that your imagination, I think the reason why it narrows up is because your imagination is very much pointed upwards towards the sky, which is beautiful. That says that your imagination is very much idealistic. It's like how things could be. It's very spiritually connected, your imagination. Your mind wanders into spiritual realms. It's not like your imagination is, you know, forward, which would be somebody imagining, you know, fairies in the garden, so to speak. Your imagination's more like spiritually connected. So I would say to spend more time in that at the moment, and balance that with this fear of, oh, if I spend too much time in that, I might miss something. And then 2 years from now, we might still be in lockdown and I could have done something about it and I didn't because I was too busy, like, putting my energy into my spirituality of how things could be. But your spirituality of how things could be is such a beautiful gift for you, which we can see in your big, beautiful open eyes, in your sensuality around your lips, and in that youthfulness in your left side, which is your feminine. So I actually think that's one of your greatest gifts that you could give right now, rather than putting too much emphasis on this right side and this jaw that in that photo looks, as I said, a bit more swollen than the left side, which means there's almost like a clenching of the jaw. And I would say that's based on the memories from the past lives, you know, and that hypervigilance through the eyebrow of like, right, I've got to be highly observant. I've got to have my jaw clenched. I've got to ground myself. I've got to be physically ready and prepared and doing what can I do. Whereas that left side's just so much more like the wonder and the awe and you know, the spiritual connection and using your sensuality that way, which I think is more productive for you at this time. With your nostrils, from what I see in this photo, the right nostril looks a lot bigger, more open than the left from what I'm seeing in the photo, which means, again, you're probably breathing more life force energy into that masculine side. Who do I need to be? What do I need to do? How do I need to survive and make sure everyone's safe? What structures do I need to fall back on right now? Whereas that left is like, breathe more life force into that creativity, into that sensuality, into that wonder, into that awe, into that surrender, into that flow, into that intuition, into that sexuality, sensuality of the feminine divine spirit. And let go of needing to know. You know, you're highly sensitive. We see that at the tip of your nose. It's so soft and squishy. And the way that it points downwards towards your Cupid's bow, which is the way that your lips come together like that with these big juicy lips, like you've got very Taurus energy, you know, very earthy, sensual energy. And that's the gift for you, for humanity right now, is that deep sensuality, that intense sensitivity, that spiritual connection, imaginary, you know, utopia that you know is achievable here on earth. The wide, beautiful eyes, such an open heart, the listening of not only my emotions, but then how can I apply that into reality? The chin does jut forward slightly, which means that you do have the ability to drive things forward. There's definitely some ambition through that cheek, especially in the right side. You can see that the cheek is quite ambitious. It's quite juicy. It's quite sort of pulpy, like it's sort of rounded. There's definitely some upset in that masculine around the lips. There's some bitterness. there's a bit of a frown through the, you know, between the nose and the jaw. There's a bit of a frown there. There's definitely some disappointment, some in the masculine. I don't know if that's an external masculine or your internal masculine, but there's definitely some heartbreak and a bit of a drain through the heart. I see that where there's that line and there's sort of that shadow, which could be almost like an energetic drain coming down from the nostril down toward the chin. Now, remembering that those lines that go from the nostril down, when we think about that from when we put the chakra points, that's very much the solar plexus and the sacral. So it's like there's an energetic drain there. It's like our power has been affected by our internal sense of our womb space, our sacral energy. So that could be an external violation, or it could be an internal violation where we're not truly honoring our own womb, our own desires, and how we want to be treated. I'm just going to take a pause. Does anybody want to ask any questions about what they're seeing on Jess's face?
No.
Could you see where I could see all of those things?
Yeah, was that drain line, is that what you were talking about? That the line down
So
here?
it was on Jess's
Right,
right.
so,
So
yeah.
here, I've got it. Like around here, when somebody has like a lot of vitality around there, it's like they've got a lot in their heart, like they've got a lot to give. When there's these lines, it can be like a drain in the heart.
Yeah.
I've got it way more on the right here. Yeah. Which would make sense because I've had so much hurt in relationships with men. And then here, that's not really a drain. That's more like a dimple. I would say that's more like vitality in my feminine, whereas this is more like a drain.
Mm.
You can sort of feel the different energy in the
Mm-hmm.
in there. Can you see that, Jess?
Yeah.
So, Rach,
Yeah.
this stuff is not in the book, right? Like, that's amazing and awesome. How do we get your brain in our brain?
Well, this is what I was saying to the girls before. Like, remember that you are students, okay? So you're not trying to prove to the people that are marking that you are a professional face reader. You're trying to prove to them that you're a really active student that is doing their absolute best to comprehend, get experience, and understand the work. So you just need to show that on your face readings that you've read the book, that you are comprehending and you have a knowledge of what we're talking about here. So you don't need to have my brain. You need to have your own, because each of you is brilliant in your own right. I've seen you all do face readings. I've seen you all do body readings. But also you can just clearly just literally do a comprehension what's in the book and you would still pass. That's fine. So even just a little bit of incorporating some of that more energetic stuff that I've talked about, if you sprinkle a little bit of that, but rely mostly what's on the book, a lot of what I said is in the book. It's just my interpretation of it, by the way. So main things to focus on: left and right split. Okay. What are the differences that we're seeing left to right in the face? And what is that communicating? Remembering that the feminine energy is very much intuition. It's the flow. It's the creativity. It's the surrender. Okay. So if somebody, you're generally going to find that somebody's left side of their face, like mine, is more youthful and vibrant, and that their right side's going to look a bit tired and weary. Because generally people are more in their masculine energy, survive, what do I need to do, what are the structures I need to rely upon, you know, structure, form, intellect, all of those masculine things, whereas the feminine's more like the creativity, the flow, the sensuality. So the left and right split, and what is that communicating about the person? Is it showing you that they've been really in their masculine energy? In other words, they've been doing, and that they need maybe a bit more balance with the surrender, the intuition, and the letting go? Okay, and then the 3 parts. So from here to here is one part. From here to here is the second part. And from here to here is the third part. So again, what are the ratios? Does somebody have this motherfucking huge friggin' forehead and then this tiny little bit in their thing? Therefore, they're very intellectual. I think Paul Keating's face is like that in the book. They're very intellectual. They're very, you know, brainy. You know what I mean? And then emotionally, maybe they don't pay much attention to their emotions. And that could just be the time of life that they're in right now.
Mm.
And then, so they might have an idea and then they go straight from what's my idea straight into, oh, action. And they're very action orientated because this area is quite big and it's jutting out and it's like, what do I need to do? Whereas some other people might just have like a little forehead and a little chin and this huge emotional zone, and their ears might be fully in that emotional zone, which means they could go round and round and round and round and round their emotions and never take any action for fucking years. All right, so they're the main things. The masculine and feminine split, the 3 zones, and then just focus on a couple of the features. Like you might just want to talk, they might have huge eyes and you just want to talk about that. Or they might have big juicy lips. Just, you don't have to overdo it, guys. Like you just focus on a couple of things. Maybe if they can have 3 main takeaways from their face reading, then you've given them a great gift. And remember, it's just the soul drawing attention and awareness to that area. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to even change. It's just the soul communicating, oh, I want your awareness to be on that area so that right now you understand what I'm journeying and what I'm going through. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jess, how did that face reading resonate with you?
Oh, I was stuck in 2 places with it. Yeah, it does resonate a lot, but it was also the tying together of all of the information, and that was actually, I got more out of it than what I thought I was going to in terms of remembering how to look at it in relation to the book. But yeah, all of it resonates. All of it resonates. I had like a couple of questions pop up, but I was sitting between receiving the information as an individual and being the student. Yeah, it's interesting. It's magic work, hey. Yeah, that just reminded me of how awesome it actually is.
Just remember the chakra points. Always come back to it. It makes it so much easier. Okay, 3rd eye, crown, 3rd eye. The throat is all around here. The heart is the eyes. The nose is the solar plexus. The lips and the mouth is the sacral, and then the chin is the base. Okay, so let's think about it.
There's that image of the body on the face.
Yeah, exactly, which I find that a little bit confusing, but
I kind of really like it, actually. I use that.
Yeah. See, everybody's so different, you know, like everybody's so different. This is why, you know, you don't need my brain, you need your brain, but you need to tell me how I can help you because I learn differently to you also. So let's go over the chakras again, okay? So base chakra represents abundance. It represents family. It represents history. It represents grounding. So if somebody's got a tiny little chin and a huge forehead, then they've got all this information and all this mental stuff going on, balancing on this tiny little base chakra. That's going to make the person feel, I mean, some of you might be able to relate to that in your body. If you've got these big, broad shoulders and you're carrying all this responsibility in the world on your shoulders, and then you've got this tiny little bottom, and so you feel like, fuck, I don't really have the sort of grounding and the support for everything that I'm taking on and everything that I carry. And that's 101, somebody who's going to experience anxiety. Whereas me, I do have the shoulders that carries a lot of responsibility, but I've also got the massive ass. So it's like my ass can sort of carry that, you know? So it's like, which is why people would say over the years, oh God, I don't know how you could take on so much. I'd be dead doing what you're doing. It's like, yeah, but have you seen how big my ass is? Like, honestly, I've got a lot in reserve. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, it's like, think about it from a physical perspective of somebody toppling over. Like if your ass and your shoulders are sort of proportional, then you're not going to topple over if you put more on the shoulders, like physically, a heavier load, but you've got a big ass, then your legs and ass can carry that. But if you're this tiny little person trying to carry this massive load, you're going to topple over. So it's the same with the face. It's like the chin. If the chin is tiny and then this massive forehead, it's like the mental capacity is too much for this little base chakra. So you'd be trying to encourage that person to really work on their base chakra awareness. You know, where do they want to do more grounding, or take some of that stuff off their shoulders? The sacral, again, how juicy is this person's mouth? You know, is it all dried up and pinned at the sides and thin lips? Well, then they're not very sensual, and that's okay, but they're not going to be feeling great. I mean, if you're not very sensual, you're probably not going to be feeling great, like in life in general, because especially right now, I mean, we're stuck inside, we're having limited contact. So the more sensual you are, the better, because then you can look at a leaf in your garden and feel like you're in the Amazon rainforest. You know what I mean? If you're a sensual person. Or go outside for 5 minutes and connect in with the wind and the air, and really let all of that spread throughout your whole body. Whereas if you're thin lips, bitter, it's like your womb over time, your internal world, it wasn't nurtured. You feel sad. You feel like a dried up prune because you got fucked over that many times, or you fucked yourself over, and basically all your waters have dried up. You know what I mean? So you want that person to be doing some self-pleasure, or noticing the tree, noticing the birds, noticing the sounds, and come back to that sensuality, that womb space of like creativity and pleasure and desire. So again, your whole face reading could just be, hey, I'm noticing that you've got a lot of dryness through the lips, which insinuates to me that you've had lots of bitterness in the past. You've got some bitterness from the past, which insinuates to me that you've been hurt. I'm sorry for that. Okay, what we need to do is we need to talk a little bit about that hurt. You know, we need to talk a little bit about what you're going to do to come back to that juicy opportunity for being juicy and tuned into your womb space that you have. Okay, solar plexus is like if the person's just got this massive nose and it sticks straight out and it's the first thing to enter the room, it's like they need to know, like they've got a high need for knowledge. Now, solar plexus energy is, remember, it's all about ego. It's all about identity. It's all about who do I feel that I need to be in the world. Okay, so it's like if that person's got a need to know everything because their nose is just like this big and like sticking right out, then that person is relying upon their knowledge to inform who they are or who they feel they need to be. Their identity is very much surrounded by what do I know and what do I need to know and what don't I know and how the fuck can I know more? You know, and sort of putting their nose in other people's business or leading with their knowledge as if what I know is who I am. Again, that person's probably going to have really a dry thing. Now, if you're like me and you've got the upturned nose at the end, the tip, it could be because we do breathe in a lot of life force. Like, you know, Melanie's got that very much Taurus energy. Our nostrils are almost like breathing in from the lips. Like, so we are sexual, we're sensual, we're like a dog. We want to smell the other asses and understand what's going on through our senses rather than our knowledge, you know? Because it's upturned. We're not so much about needing to know everything. We want to intake everything. Like, we want to know from our senses, you know, think of a dog sniffing other asses. That's all I think of. It's like, I am like a dog. I want to sniff asses, and I want to understand about somebody from sniffing their ass rather than understanding who they are through my knowledge. Do you know what I mean? Like, I like to use my senses to understand what's going on. Yeah. So that's why my nose is upturned. It's like my sensitivity. I lead with my sensitivity, my life force, my sensuality, but also I've got high ideals. I am a bit of a snob. I'm definitely a snob. Like, what the fuck, Dan Andrews? You are an idiot. Well, that's my nose going up at the end. Like, how could you be so stupid? That's my upturned nose. Like, I'm a snob in my beliefs. I think I'm right. Because I am. I think, like, you know, the way that I see the world is like, well, it could be better. It's always idealistic. That's like Jess's upturned imagination. It's like up. It's like, and we see that again with the top of the toes. Remember the big toe, because the big toe represents the thinking. That's the thinking toe. So when it's curved up at the end, these are all signs of somebody, and I've got all of them, who's quite idealistic. They're going to be the person who is waving the flag, as I am, like, freedom, we can all coexist, we all love each other, you know. So that's that upturned. Think of it as up, like I'm high, I'm high and mighty. But it could be highly strung, which I am a bit highly strung, and I'm always right and everybody else is stupid. I can be like that, I'll admit it. Apart from, not you girls, but I mean, you know, the politicians or whatever. Okay, so that's the solar plexus, yeah? So that's all about, again, that's my ego, that's my identity. My identity is somebody who, you know, is, you know, the good person, the good girl. I'm right. I'm, you know, idealistic views. Then the eyes of the heart chakra. So I would say, honestly, that since this lockdown, I feel my eyes are a bit more small, because I do feel I've got a guarded feeling in the heart, because, you know, like a lot of people have been quite nasty to each other. Your neighbour's willing to dob on you. The government's lying to us. God only fucking knows who the true enemy is, if there is an enemy. Like, so of course I feel like my eyes are a bit more like, you know, this, and my observation is like, I've got to be highly observant and hypervigilant. And I'm getting this line here because it's like, yeah, I'm trying so hard to focus and understand. And you know, and there's this sort of thing. So, you know, you can almost even put your face in the position that the person's face is in and see how that would make you feel if you had this massive jaw and, you know, a tiny little eyes. Then obviously, you know, you're a bit guarded, you're a bit jaded in the heart, but you're really good at making sure that everybody's okay and our needs are met and I'm grounded and I'm secure, you know? Now the throat is a little bit more difficult to see on the face, the throat chakra, but I see it through, there's like, we do have like a lot of lines. Most people have lines. Now remember, if there's lines going upwards, it insinuates that that person's very judgmental on their own thinking. So if there's more lines on the right-hand side, they're very judgmental on their masculine thinking, their intellect, their logic, their ability to provide maybe for their family. If they've got lines on the left, then they're very critical or judgmental of maybe their intuition or their creativity. Maybe they really want to write a book, but they're scared to put their voice out there. So it's very much like, what am I willing to communicate of my knowledge, my observation, my heart? What am I willing to communicate? Now, I get a lot of dry skin there, so, and listen to my voice. Like, fuck, it's like a bloody dried out. It sounds like, somebody goes, I thought you must be a really heavy smoker, but then I realized that you just actually speak like that. I was like, exactly. I've never been a heavy smoker or anything. Like, I just speak like this. I don't know. So I think it's the same dryness that I get here, is this raspy thing. It's like, and I'm a 336. Again, not to get overwhelmed because you don't need to know all this, but like if you come back to numerology, which you know, there is some numerology in your book as well. You can work out with people's birthdays. Again, Melanie, I don't think you did so much of that because we didn't get to that. But working with the numbers, I'm a 336, so I'm a double throat chakra. A 3 is the throat chakra and a 6 is the heart. So my life's journey is all about, like, what do I want to say and how do I want to communicate my heart? So it makes sense that I have a bit of dry skin here and that I've got this throat that's like quite memorable, the way that I speak. And then, of course, third eye, again, is around here, and the crown. That's a bit more, you don't really need to focus on those as much with the chakras. But if somebody's got like a big forehead and it's like really upward pointed, they're a very spiritual person. They're a person who's very connected to their spirituality. Those people usually have big ears that are sticking out because their ears are almost like, you know, receiving messages or receiving a lot of information from the external world. Remembering that when somebody's ears are like floppy and away from their head, they're expressive, like me. When somebody's ears are stuck to their head, they want to keep their ideas close to their chest. Okay? Similarly, if somebody's ears like point up, they're very spiritual. It's like they're pointing upwards to the crown. So they're very much in that realm. If somebody's got really fat lobes like me and they dangle down, that's like my ass, you know, like that's my ass. It's like very grounded. It's juicy. There's abundance in my ass, in my sacral. They're going to be sexual. They're going to be expressive. You know what I mean? You could see in the ears how spiritual somebody is or what sort of a listener they are in a way. Also, look at my face. The face part is sort of at the front of my skull, and there's quite a lot of my skull sort of behind the face at the front. So I have like an outward persona, but a lot of, I mean, you guys get to see it all, so you don't probably know so much that about me, but trust me, some of my closest friends don't know shit about me. Seriously, I do keep a lot close. Like, I'll tell them what my shit looks like in the morning, but I won't tell them what I do for work or how I feel emotionally about things. But I tell you guys, so you know more about me than most people. But so there's this frontward way that I am, and then there's all of this depth that's like hidden. Whereas some people, their face sort of expands more outward. It's more flat and expands more outward. They're more like what you see is what you get. Like my sister, Michelle. You could have a look at her photos on my Facebook, but she's got more like the moon face. We call her Bert Newton because her face is sort of like flat and wide, like Bert Newton. But she's a deep person, but what you see is what you get. Like, there's not much more depth to what she gives you up front. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, and then remembering the face shape as well. So the oval, the triangle, all of that's in the book, but most of that's elemental. If somebody's got a really round face, think of them as the moon. The moon. What's the moon? The moon's very airy. It's very watery. It's very lunar. It's like, you know, it's an airy energy. Whereas if somebody's got a square, it's like they're very Taurus, like earthy energy, because it's very much ass on the ground, like earth. My ass is on the ground. A triangle, if a triangle upways like that, you know, very thick jaw and it narrows, then again, they're very grounded. They don't have a lot of mental capacity, to be honest. They're more the person who's going to be, you know, a park ranger or something, you know, like they're going to know everything about what's going on in that park, but from looking at the tree or smelling the bush, not necessarily having all the theory behind it or the spiritual thing. Okay, this is Heidi now writing to me.
So, yeah.
Oh, you guys can see the messages too. I should have asked you guys that before. Where are these messages? Okay. Okay, wait. Maybe I need to approve her. Hang on a sec. Let me just see. Okay, so while I'm trying to do that, Kate, can you just share what's coming up for you as I'm talking about the faces?
Just I don't know. It's just all it all makes sense. I think the shapes of the faces make sense, like the strong base and the narrow tip makes sense for what you said, that they're very grounded, but they don't have a lot of mental capacity. Same for the inverted triangle with the point at the base, and the upside down triangle, that person has got a lot of mental capacity, or they maybe think a lot, or they're very flighty and they're not very grounded.
Yeah, exactly. Now, what about the oval face? What would you say about the oval face?
Oval face is like very very soft and feminine in nature, emotional, I think, from memory.
Jeez, how do you remember that?
I read so much on the faces, and I did more on the faces than I did on anything else.
Yeah. Would it be more balanced because it
that's what I thought.
Like, as opposed to being rounded? Is that?
Yeah, which, I mean, I love the way Kate thinks when it comes to this, because she's visualizing the shape, and then she's visualizing the shape, and then she's sort of feeling. Hang on, Heidi is here somewhere. Heidi, hey, hi. How do I make you on the same screen as the others? Bloody hell! How do I don't know how to use this thing. Heidi, you know Jess, obviously. Jess is here. Kate, this is Kate. Kate, have
I've met Heidi before.
Oh,
yeah,
you've
I've met Heidi.
Yes. And Melanie, this is Heidi.
Hi.
And Heidi, this is Melody.
Hi.
Hey Heidi, we're just we're just in a moment where we're discussing faces and face shapes and things. And then with you and Melanie, once the other two girls will probably jump off at some point because they've been on for hours. And I will go over with you and Melanie what you need to finish for your accreditation.
Yes.
But I already have also recorded the whole thing. But right now we're just doing a little bit of face revision.
Yes.
So I love the way that Kate does this, because what Kate was saying just then was she was sort of picturing the shapes, and this is what I do too, to be honest, is like picture the shape of the face, and then what feeling do I get from that shape? Like if somebody's got a square, and this is all in the book, but putting the book aside for a moment, somebody's got a square face, what feeling do I get from that square? What feeling does a square give me? Rigid, structured, grounded, balanced, sort of, nature, sort of like a Taurus. And like if I think of it as star sign, like in the star signs, I think of a square as like a Taurus, very natural and very nature driven and grounded and earthy and structured, and they like process, you know what I mean? Whereas I think of the moon face, it's round, there's no edges, do you know what I mean? So they are going to be a bit more airy and flowy, and the oval is definitely more balanced, more of a feminine energy, because there's not as much structure. The triangle, what sort of feeling do I get from the triangle? So yeah, you're right, like it's an intuitive, it's quite intuitive to feel, what does that oval, how do I feel when I look at an oval, as opposed to how do I feel when I look at a square? Like I think an oval has a much more feminine energy than a square.
Yeah.
As a shape. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So with the oval, I'm an oval, I think. I would say, because I haven't had my face read for a while, it's probably changed. I'm an oval, but I think there's definitely a triangle in there. It feels to me like there's a triangle. See, because so much of my face is at the front and then so much of my head is at the back. It's sort of like my head shape is an oval, but my actual face, like the features, do feel a bit more triangular. Can you see that on my face?
Mhm.
And I guess I can relate to that because oftentimes I do feel that I've got a lot of mental capacity, spiritual capacity, balancing on like this tiny little body in the world. Like my ideas are too big for me sometimes. Like how the hell can I even communicate the vastness of my thoughts? I'm an overthinker. Yeah.
We've kind of all got that similar shaped face.
I know. I feel like I attract people who look like me. Like before you came on, Melanie, it was me, Kate, Jess, and I was like, oh my God, we look like freaking triplets. Honestly, I was like, we look so similar, like, especially from this distance, and my eyesight's not the best with the Zoom. But I was like, the three of us, I thought, shit, we literally look so similar. So yeah, Melanie, how do you feel about the face reading?
Yeah, I don't think we went into it as depth that much. It's pretty amazing stuff. Not sure I can remember it all. I can, when you say you can intuitively feel it, like I can't grasp the mental concept of seeing the triangle inside the oval, but I can feel that, and I can feel it in your face, but I can't actually make sense of it in my head. I don't know how to explain that. Yeah.
Well, then please, and Heidi will relate to this, please do not attempt to make sense of it in your head, because your head's switched off on this topic for a reason. There's other topics in your life where your head is... So there's nothing wrong with your head. It's your head's obviously not supposed to be part of this process, otherwise it would be.
Yeah, and that did come up during the course, I guess, too.
Yeah, and even when you say we didn't go into it from this depth, we definitely did, because there's other things that we didn't, like the hands, but faces, we definitely did a lot of faces on, you know, because that's always our first thing to cover. But that's the thing, you're not remembering it with your intellect. You're remembering it as a feeling. And that's okay. Don't force yourself or tell a story to yourself about, I don't know this or I can't comprehend this. You're not meant to. Honestly, and sorry, but ever since the 10-day course that I did 5 years ago, I have never been able to think the same way again, to be honest. It's like something that happened at these courses literally switched off my mind and brought me more into a feeling space. So it's like when I'm battling with people at the moment about, like, you know, world issues, and they're like, oh, but what about the statistics? I'm like, oh God, I don't know the statistics. All I'm telling you is that my vagina is telling me that this is not right. I don't know about the statistics, but I know what my vagina is telling me. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, this is a very womb feeling therapy, you know, that's what it is. You know what I mean? And Herman, he could cross the T's and dot the I's till the cows come home. Detailed. Look at the books that he's written, for God's sake. So, but he was very spiritually connected, and he was very emotional as well. So if this is coming into you and coming out of you as more of an emotional expression, trust that, and then just find a way to communicate that on the forms. And after this, you've got your certificate, you never have to fill in one of these forms again. So then it can all be intuitive. But just to get these forms done, we just need to find a bit of language to put around our feelings. That's all. But the people who are grading this, who are assessing this, know the therapy. They're not going to be looking for, specific language, or it's exactly the same process that we went through on the 10 days. They're going to be looking for, what do I say? Does this person understand the intention behind this? Yep. Do they understand how to communicate with the client? Do they understand how to frame this in a way that helps people for the greater good? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what they're going to be looking for, not, oh, she doesn't understand what the eyebrows mean, she didn't read the book. It's not going to be like that at all. It's very much, what's the message that we have for the person that's receiving this Therapy. Okay, so I want to have the opportunity to make sure that Melody and Heidi know exactly what's going on with their paperwork and everything.
Yeah.
But Jess and Kate, I don't want to double up on what we've already done. So I don't know if you guys want to stay on or you want to jump off or whatever you want to do. But is there anything else, Jess and Kate specifically, that you want me to cover or talk about before I sort of shift my focus to Melody and Heidi for a moment?
Not cover. The only thing that I'm looking for that I don't feel that I have is the hand sheet.
Okay.
I have, so I can send.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I can send you some.
Okay.
Any forms that you need, I can give you access to the entire Dropbox, I'm pretty sure. I mean, personally, I don't actually know how to do that, but Tash at the office knows how to do that. So any forms that you need, if you need a copy that you can then...
Yeah, that's all right. I can get it off, Kate.
Yeah.
All right.
print off or save to your computer, just write me a message with exactly what form you need and I can send it to you, so, or figure out how to get it to you.
Okay. Thank you very
So-
much, Rachel.
Is there a hand form
Jess?
more than just this?
Yeah, it's an actual hand form. Melanie, don't worry too much about the hands because you
I'll
haven't
do that.
learnt the hands yet.
Okay.
We are going to have a class, I would say maybe Wednesday, Thursday or something next week at night, where I'm going to just focus on the hands for the whole class, and I will record it. And yeah, because I need to definitely do a refresher on the hands, because originally you didn't have to have the hands as part of your assessment, but now that you do, and you've only got to do, as I said, you know, don't go too in depth with the hands. Even just not understanding the chakras is great. That's enough. So, but I will do an in-depth class on the hands when we've all got our books in front of us, so that you could have a refresher on the hands.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah, but
thank you so much.
there is a form, Jess, called Language of the Hands.
Okay.
So
I'll get it off, Kate. That's all good.
yeah. So Jess, is there anything else that you need or want to say or ask or whatever?
No, I don't think there is. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I just, the only thing is that I will message you when I'm at a point to either need clarification or move forward with where I'm at. I know what I need to do. You've provided me with all the information. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And if I get stuck with anything, I'll make contact and go from there, if that's okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
Cool.
And remember that we're aiming for the end of September.
2 weeks.
So 2 weeks to just have those body readings, lifestyle consultations, and the body work. That's it.
Can I ask one thing? Photos. Is it going to be enough that I just like forward the photos to you in a package as opposed to like as an email as one rather than getting them printed out?
Yes, I'm pretty sure I'll have to ask Mari. I'll ask Mari, but I'm pretty sure based on the fact that we're in this situation that digital is going to be, we're going to have to do a lot of things digitally.
Just working
So,
on things. Yeah, cool.
yeah. And if you want to create like a little Dropbox folder or whatever and put all your photos and your forms and whatever you want, scan things in and put it all in and submit it digitally that way, I'm sure it would be fine.
Okay.
Just as long as you make it really as easy as possible so that they open it and they see 5 body readings, 5 lifestyle consultations, and signatures that you've done 5 bodywork sessions. That's it.
Okay. And while I've got you, the forms, just thinking ahead, how do I get access to them soon? Because I want to get on start of it. I could get it off Kate, but it's going to be a photo. Yeah.
Yeah. So at the time of the course, I definitely emailed the forms or I posted them in the group. I don't know if they're still there. Not you, Melanie, definitely I didn't do that for your course, but probably Jess for yours, I definitely would have.
Yeah.
They should be in the group somewhere, maybe on that Facebook group. I think I posted them as files.
Okay.
But what I could do immediately now is just hook you up. Hang on. Sorry, you're just going to see a photo of me for a moment. Jess, Kate, Heidi. Okay, I'm just making a little message thread. Okay, so Jess, maybe just write down what form you need. And then when I get off this call, I'll see if I can figure out how to access my Dropbox because I've got them all in there.
Yeah.
And how to get them to you. But Mari might even respond in the meantime because she's pretty onto things.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you so much, and bye. And Heidi, I hope I speak to you after this at some point today.
Yeah, sure, darling.
Okay. Thank you, Rachel. Thanks.
Are you girls, are Jess and Heidi, you study buddies?
We haven't organised anything yet. I haven't even spoken to her, but we commit to.
Sure.
And Kate as well.
Well, because Kate lives quite close to Heidi, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, do I?
Heidi, where do you live again?
Bulleen.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of close. Yeah, I'm in Northcote, so it's just down the eastern.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Cool.
Okay. Thanks, Rach.
Remember that you can leave your home for work or study that can't be done from home.
Yes.
Good
Like
one.
there's 4 reasons to leave home.
Yeah.
That's
One
true.
of them's work or study that can't be done from home, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes, yeah, let's do that. Let's connect this week to study.
Okay. Awesome.
Nice.
See you guys. Thank you so much.
All right, Jess. Take
Bye.
care, gorgeous.
Hi, guys.
Kate, is there anything else that you need or whatever before I shift my focus to the other girls?
I just had one. It was just a question that, yeah, just around body readings.
Yeah.
And the top bottom split.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think I ever got my head around that.
That's a bit of a challenge you want to get the head around.
Is it?
All right.
Okay.
So
can it be done
when-
quickly? Do you want to go through everything with Heidi and Melanie?
No, we'll go through that quickly. So if you, not quickly, but I'll just get to the crux of it. So
Sure.
if you remember that you were given 2 books when you did the course, there's the one with the binder and then there's the other one that the front's a bit more red.
Yeah.
Okay. In that, I'm pretty sure it's in the back of the one with the binder.
Okay.
There is actually a template for how to fill in those forms. So you will actually see an example of the forms in that book, and then they've got it filled in, how to fill it out. So can someone see if they can locate that page, those pages? They'll be in the back. I think it's of the one with the binder, the blue one. It could be in the red one. I'm sorry, I can't remember which book it's in.
That's all right. I have seen that. They're like, it's like a case. Is it like a case study?
It's almost like the exact form. They've printed it in the book and then they've, done a case study of how to fill it in.
Kate, I'm sorry. Rachel, are you talking about the analysis and evaluation report?
Yes. Can you
Yes.
just, Heidi, I can't really see that. Can you?
Yes, it's on page 59 in the binded book.
Okay, can somebody, I can't see Heidi. Heidi's got so much sun shining on her as the sun goddess that she is. I can't see that page.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's page 59, yes, and it's said analysis and evaluation report, example only.
Yeah, okay. So, yes, perfect. So in the pages following that, you'll see ones that have the body drawings.
Yes.
So there should be a whole page that's got the third page of that body reading report where you do the splits, the top to bottom splits.
Yeah.
There should be a whole page that's got a case study of that.
Okay.
Do you see that?
I see there's the 4 major body splits. Is this in the book, do you mean?
Yeah, but it should basically look the same as the drawing on the form, but it's in the book with the example of how it's been filled out.
I have not seen that. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay.
What page,
Okay.
Kate?
So from page, it'll be page 56. So top bottom percentages.
Kate, can you just take a quick photo of that and send it to the message thread so I can make sure you're on the right one, because I literally can't see shit. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the third. Okay, so when you look at the form that you've got to fill in, it's a 4-page form, right? It's got the front of the body on page 1. It's got the back of the body, page 2. It's got the splits, page 3. And on page 4, it's got the side angle, the alignment.
Yeah.
So it's page number 3, the splits. There should be the equivalent to that in the book with the case study.
Yeah.
So that's how I was able to get my head around it a bit more, was like really reading that case study, because I was like, okay, how did they go about it? So the way that I understand it, which I found this bit a little bit tricky too, to be honest, is basically I see it almost like the way that I read the face. Like, is the face more top heavy or bottom heavy? So is this person's body, like, is majority of their body in the top bit of their body, or is majority of their body in the bottom bit? I know that sounds weird, but like, is this person like got tall, thin legs, no bum, and then huge shoulders and big breasts? You know, therefore I'd say that they've taken the world on their shoulders. They're an over nurturer, but they don't have much grounding. They don't really have much structure, support. So they're going to feel a lot like, I mean, Melanie, we could even say that you're a bit like that. You've got quite a small bottom, but then quite a voluptuous top. So Melanie's a very much a nurturing person. She takes on a fucking shitload, not more than she can handle, but at times in her life it would have felt more than she could handle, but she would have pushed through regardless. But probably more than she should have handled. Let's put it that way. So her ass and her legs had to become bigger, which is why she does have a little bit of desensitized tissue in those areas, to compensate for the fact that naturally she's quite skinny, little, and, you know, smaller down the bottom, but took on a lot of responsibility, took on, men who, whatever, couldn't carry, she carried, and things like that. And the big breasts, so over nurturing. Yeah. So trying to feed everybody in the community with this tiny little backside that, so then feeling like shit, that gives you a feeling of like, almost like a poverty mindset. I've got more people to feed than the abundance that I've got. So then we have to focus more on that abundance, and then the ask gets bigger to sort of like try to compensate for that. Or we could have somebody who is the opposite, where they don't have much up top. You know, they're not very in their heart. They don't give much. They're not very open-hearted, but they're very grounded. And you know, that's because they probably have a lot of fear about giving and nurturing from that space. So their legs and everything became bigger and stronger because of the fear. So they felt they had to be more stable, had to be more secure, because whatever was happening in their life that had their heart sort of shrink and close in that way was the same patterning that and programming that had their ass and their legs become really big, to feel that they was able to remain stable in this uncertain environment that they were in. Does that make sense? So the top and bottom split, to me, I see it as more like, where is more of this person's body in a way?
Yeah.
What are they sort of, where's their awareness being drawn to, and what story does that tell?
Yeah.
What story does these ratios tell?
Yeah, cool.
But again, if that's one of the bits that is a little bit beyond your comprehension at the moment, then focus on the other parts and just write something minimal for that part.
Yeah,
just write something minimal for that part, you know, follow the case study, put the answers in, but don't focus on it if that's not your point of passion. You know, my point of passion is more about the chakras. So I could talk about the chakras and where I'm seeing them on the body till the cows come home.
Yeah.
I love the masculine and feminine. Like, I love the left and the right. I love comparing the different thing. But if you want me to be more like Sean Jago, which is one of the other teachers, who literally can tell you how the friggin' elbow joins the wrist and how the wrist joins the finger, and that's not me. It's not who I am and how I operate as a psychosomatic therapist.
Yeah.
But you should definitely sit in on some of his classes because he's amazing. So, but for me, I'm more about the energy that body's telling me. Like, you know, I'm going to look at their sacral poking out the front and go, oh God, you know, have you honored your own womb space? Okay, let's talk about that. You know, I'm going to see the depletion around the chest and feel like their heart is depleted. I'm going to see the big juicy backside and say, woo, you've got a lot of abundance. You've got a lot of like oomph, you know, that's great. You know, so it's like, you know, I'm going to be more like looking for the chakras, where the tissue is, where the desensitized tissue is, the differences between left and right, and the story that the body's telling me.
Yeah, cool. Yep. Thank you.
You are welcome. So do you have any other questions? And then I'll just
not at this stage. No, I'm all good.
Okay, but you're more than welcome to stay on. Like, we're gonna, what time is it? We've got another hour anyway. I just want to make sure that Heidi and Melanie know exactly what they need to do to be complete by the end of September.
Yeah.
Or we've got till the end of October, but I'm pacing you, so it's done.
Yeah.
And then so
I'm all good. I'm gonna go get started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Thanks
I'm
so
right
much.
here. Honestly, I'm going to do another class. I want to do one on Monday. I want to do one on Friday.
Cool.
I want to do a class about the hands on Wednesday. Like, I'm well aware that we have to put our foot on the accelerator, nothing to get overwhelmed about, but I want us to work together because it's fun. And, you know, we're already feeling isolated enough at the moment. I don't want you to feel isolated in this experience, because this experience can be fun. It's learning. It should be interactive and interesting. So don't experience isolation in this, because that will upset me a lot. Like, reach out to me if you want to do a one-on-one. We can, whatever you need. Just ask for what you guys need and want. Okay.
Cool. Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
And Kate, I'm so happy that you're doing the certificate. I'm
Me
really
too.
happy.
Yeah. Thank
All
you.
right, darling. Take care.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Okay, so lovely ladies. So I'll start back. I've already recorded this, but I want to make it personal to each of you. I'll start right back at the beginning, which is, and I have already explained this, but I'll explain it just so you can hear my words and see my face, that we now have until the beginning of November, so the end of October, to complete all the paperwork so that we can get this submitted, so that we can get the certificate, and then any learning that we need to do for our own benefit and each other's benefit and the global benefit. We can do anytime for the next year, the year after, whenever. I'm always here for you. But just to get this paperwork completed by the end of October, because as of the start of November, I think it's November the 6th, they're introducing this new thing, government legislation, where you'd have to do 9 extra modules and you'd have to pay money to get accredited. So I want to avoid that because that's just, it's not necessary. Okay. So I want to make sure that we can get all of our paperwork done by the end of October so that we are avoiding all the extra bits and bobs. Okay. So I'm 95% sure that you don't have to do that comprehension document. Melanie, you definitely don't have to do that comprehension document. Heidi, you may have to do that comprehension document, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to get you out of it altogether. So therefore, wipe off the comprehension document. So that was a big chunk. So the fact that we don't have to do that is a breath of fresh air.
I'm not sure what the comprehension document is.
Your intake never had to do it, so you didn't get it. Yeah. So basically what needs to be done is 5 body readings. Okay. Those body readings need to have face, hands, and feet included. Okay. So you will get away with doing 4. So if you can't do 5, at least do 4. Okay, so aim for 4, and then if you get time, bonus time, do a 5th one. But if you can only get 4 done, I need you to do 4 body readings. Okay, but I need face, hands, and feet included. So what that means is that let's just say at the course, you already did 2 body readings, but you didn't do their faces, their hands, or you would have done their feet, but you didn't do their faces or their hands. I want you to go back to the 2 people that you did the body readings on at the course, and I want you to contact them, get them to send you photos of their faces so that you can add the face and the hands to the body report that you've already done. Okay, so you don't have to start from scratch. If you did 2 body readings already at the course, you just need to add in the face and the hands to those body readings. Similarly, if you did 2 face readings at the course, or 1 or 2, whatever, what you could do is you could go back to that person and ask them to send you photos of their body, and you could add the body in so that we've got 4 complete face, body, hand readings for 4 people. Does that make sense?
Perfectly, but with like one of the body readings that I did was Helen, so she wasn't in the class, she was a guest. Can you provide contact details?
Yes.
I did everything apart from her face, and hands.
Perfect. So you could do, so Melanie, who do you already have body readings for? What body readings do you already have?
Helen.
Yeah.
And Deirdre.
Yeah.
And I've started on Tarkus. I've done his face reading and I've started on his body reading. It's not complete.
Awesome. You are totally on track then. Okay. And then whose face reading did you do at the course?
Juan Carlo. No, I don't have anything on that. I don't know what I was doing. I don't really remember it. I don't know what happened with that. I did Juan Carlos's feet.
You were there for the whole 10 days, were you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You really should have a face reading report done because you had to read it to each other. I don't know what happened. Whose face did you do?
Don't remember it. It's like there's a piece of information that's gone.
Okay. Never mind.
No bit of paper, no recollection. Sorry.
Don't apologize. I don't remember either. So, look, the 10 days is such an intense experience and there's so much spiritual shit going on that we don't know our ass from our elbow half the time in there. So let's just now it's like whatever happened, happened, whatever didn't happen, didn't happen. Well, let's just tick the box for the paperwork now. You know what I mean? So, okay, so you've got Takis, you've got Deidre, and you've got Helen. So there's 3 already. So all you need to do is do Deidre's hands and Deidre's face, Helen's hands and Helen's face.
Yeah.
And then we need one whole new person for you to do.
Yeah.
So do you have anybody like in your life that you could think of, or do you want to do it with one of the other students, or?
I think I can probably get a friend to do it. I don't think Tamsin's, I thought I would do Tamsin because she's here, but she's not really keen. So I'm
Okay.
I've sort of tentatively asked a friend, but I don't have any photos or whatnot yet.
Do you have anybody that's willing to be there with you face to face, like as part of like, you know, they're traveling for study or whatever, or you're
No.
traveling to study? No. Okay, that's fine. Also, the other option is I can send you photos of my body, my face, my hands, my feet, and you can do me, you know?
Well, I'll see with my friend and see. I'm pretty sure she will.
Okay, perfect.
I'll check
Okay,
with her
great.
today. Double check. Get her
That's
to
awesome.
actually
So
send them.
you're on track then with that. Okay, so that's number 1. So Heidi, what have you got, babe? What paperwork have you got as far as body readings go?
I've only done Jess. So Jess, I have Jess body, face, hands, and feet. So that's the only person that I have, like the whole person. But look, I have done so many people, so I can just go back to the reports. And but the thing is, I need to go and ask them if they're willing to put their pictures in. But if that doesn't happen, I can work it out. Like I can get my next door neighbor, because I've done her as well. So she would be happy to do that. So I have a question.
Can I just say one thing before you ask that? Remember that the only people that are going to see this, the only people is me and the college, which is Mari and the person who's doing the marking. So just remind these people, and, you know, blessings, it's so beautiful that they're allowing us to use their bodies, but it's not like these pictures of them in their underwear are going to be seen left, right, and center, like, and the pictures can be destroyed afterwards. Like, so just to remind them of that, if that's a concern.
Yeah, that's okay. Look, I think I can figure this out, and all the clients that I have helped, you know, some of them are willing to do that, because I've helped so many people before I even started charging for all of this. So it's like a thank you, you know. If I ask them for the pictures, there will be a thank you. You know, it's fine.
Aww.
So this, I just have one question. So you want we need 4 body readings, as in this is the full body?
Yes, the full body. I'm going to tell you now which forms need to be filled in. So was that your whole question?
We need front picture, back picture, side picture, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
So the forms that you need to use is that BMA form that's got the 4 pages. Where you do the drawings. Okay. That's the form. Secondly, there's the BMA evaluation form, which is the form, I think it's 3 pages. The back page is where it's got the provision for the evaluation.
Yes. Okay, great.
Melody, do you know that form?
Yeah, I'm right with the forms because I sorted that with you. So I've got my list.
Here, post it. The pink post-it. And obviously there's a face reading form and there's a hand reading form. There's no foot reading form. So the feet are just done as part of the body.
Yeah, I don't have that hands reading form.
Okay, so can you write me a message in that group chat that I just did with Mari? Because I think that's the one that Jess needs as well. So, yeah, I'll go into the Dropbox and find that form and then post it in there.
Okay, beautiful. All right, and this is all what we need to do?
Okay, so there's that. And then there's 4 lifestyle consultations. So do you remember the lifestyle consultation form?
Which one is that?
It's the one that's sort of like the counseling session where You're
Oh, yeah.
asking the person, are they married? Do they have children? What, you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so you guys will have naturally done a lifestyle consultation with every single one of your
100. Yes.
Melanie, you're reminding me of that lady on what was that? Shit. What's that old show that, you know, where not Wheel of Fortune, the other one. Anyway.
Did you want steak
like,
knives with that?
yeah, like demonstrating the so yeah, when you've done a body reading or a body work session on anybody, you've naturally had a chat with them beforehand, right?
Of course.
But
Yes.
we need to prove that you know how to do that, which of course you do. You're both coaches and counselors anyway. So, but we call it a lifestyle consultation. So it's basically the chat that you have before you do the body work or the chat that you have before you do the body reading,
Yes.
but documenting it so that the college knows that you know that that's a very important part of the process.
And
Okay,
can
so
the same people that we've done their body readings for?
yeah, so what would make the most sense is if you do the lifestyle consultations for the same people that you've done the body reading or the body work for, so that they can see that you gave that person an entire
Package.
Experience. Yes.
experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Lovely.
So we need 4 full body readings with the body, the face, and the hands. We need 4 lifestyle consultations, preferably some of the same people. And then we need to prove that you have been giving body work, that you've been practicing giving body work. So we need some signatures of the people that you've given body work to. But even better would be if you could actually create some sort of opportunity for me to supervise you doing a body work session, whether that's filming some snippets of your session and sending them to me, or whether it's having a Zoom call and I literally witness you doing a body work session. So, because technically I'm supposed to witness you doing 2 body work sessions as part of the supervision. Now, one of those I can say that you did at the course, because Heidi, I don't know who your person was. Who was your person that you were like in charge of their bodywork session at the course?
It was Jess.
Perfect. Okay, so I've witnessed you doing bodywork on Jess. So
And
I
also,
need to witness
when
you
you
doing...
had that, yeah, you remember when you had that retreat and you
Yeah.
invited, yeah. So you witnessed as well. It was Rahela. It was
Chris.
yeah, and it's the other guy. What's his name? Rahela's cousin.
Oh, Will,
Yes.
Chris and Rahela. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Exactly. Okay, so Heidi, if you could just provide video evidence of one bodywork session. I do need video evidence because of this situation with the lockdowns and everything. Because you technically haven't come back for the 2-day retreat. Okay, so because you haven't come back for the 2-day retreat, I need to justify that I still did supervise you, which I have, as we've just discussed, but I need to get around the fact that we're completing this during a lockdown, which means we can't do the 2-day thing. So if you could just do body work on one of your daughters, for example, do a lifestyle consultation and then a body work session and film it, or invite me onto a Zoom and I'll watch it live or whatever, but we'd still need to record it anyway. And then we can provide that to the college.
So what, of the whole session? Like,
even just snippets, like even just snippets. And as I said to the others, don't think of it as, oh God, I've got to, provide this bodywork session where, we're calling in people's dead ancestors, or we're, having deep emotional release and they're going to be freaking out about molestation or whatever. Like, it might not be that sort of bodywork session. All I need you to just prove or demonstrate is that you, A, know how to do the lifestyle consultation and set up the session appropriately. Like, you know how to set up the table, if you don't have a table.
So you need that in it as well.
Well, just so that I can say, yes, they know how to greet a client. They know how to make the client feel at ease. They know how to put the client on the table, or if you have to use a bed or whatever, if you don't have a table, but they know how to make the client comfortable. They know how to, where to press on the head for the different points. They know how to open the gateways. they know where all the pressure points are on the body, but you can use the paper, but they know how to locate them from the paper, and they know how to finish the session. You know, I just need to be able to say in integrity that I've witnessed you do that, and that you do know that at a student level, not expected to be professional level, just at a student level, that you are that far along in your study that you are experienced at knowing how to actually comprehend this, how to apply it, etc. Do you know what I mean?
When you're filming it, like if it's just for the consultation part, if it's just on, if the camera's panning on you, is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's about what we're doing. The client doesn't really need to be filmed in that sense. And like when we're doing the body work,
the lifestyle consultation, you don't need to film the lifestyle consultation. You just need to film, because you've got the form for that. You just need to film the body work. So what I would do is I would literally like put the camera over there, like do the body work session, and then send me the footage. You know what I mean? Like you can just do it like that. It's just more to prove that you did it. Look, I need to tell you both of you are already brilliant at talking to clients, working with clients, making people feel comfortable.
We do
chakras.
So
exactly. So there's nothing that's going to be on that video that's not going to be okay. And there's nothing that's going to be not on that video that's not going to be okay. Maybe there'll be opportunity for me to give feedback for sure. Like, hey, babe, you know, next time do this. Or it's a learning opportunity, because if I was supervising you in person, I for sure would have given you feedback. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just to prove to the college that I have supervised you, because I normally would have supervised you down here at Phillip Island on our retreat, but because of the lockdown, I can't run it. So at this time,
I just don't want to do it and then it's not right and then I have to do it again. I want to just make sure I get it right in one take.
It will be right. Honestly, it will be right. I've seen, as long as you just, follow the process. So greet the client, do the head, the points on the head. Remember, they're all in your book. The gateways, the 4 gateways, the thumbs and the toes, and then working methodically through the pressure points. If your client wants to talk, if they want to release, you just forget about the fact that it's recording and stay very present. And they might not even need to see the recording, but I just need to have the proof if they approach me to say that I did supervise you. I'm happy to do it live if you want me to watch it live on a Zoom, and then I can just record snippets.
Where did she go?
She's gone. Oh, don't tell me we've lost her.
Oh,
there she is. She's back.
I'm here.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so let's recap. You need 4 body readings with the face and the hands included. You need 4 lifestyle consultation forms, and then you need 4 body work sessions. Signatures for
4 body works?
4 body work, just their signatures to say that you did it. But I do need recording of at least
1. Oh, she's gone
1,
again.
if not 2. But at least 1. All right, now I need all of it, because you've got until the end of October, but in October, I want to work on the legal module, which is the only other part that you've got to do, and we'll all do that together. It's pretty much question and answer and a couple of case studies. So don't worry about the legal module right now. I just want you to focus on 4 body readings, 4 lifestyle consultations, and 4 body work sessions, 1 recorded. That's it. And you've got, 2 weeks to do it. And it might seem overwhelming, but both of you have already done most of that. So you just need signatures to prove that you've done the body work, 1 recorded. I don't care how you get those signatures. By the way, you do whatever you've got to do to get the signatures.
What are you saying, Rachel? I was going to say, I'm going to need you to give me Helen's contact details for a couple of things. Yeah.
Yeah. I can do that. So whatever you need, okay, I can even do it right now. Let's just do it immediately so that nothing gets...
Do you need consent for that or?
No, she'll be absolutely fine.
Okay.
Who were your people again? Tarkus, Helen,
and Deirdre.
Oh yeah, so you could approach Deirdre.
Oh, Deirdre's fine. I've got most of her stuff anyway. I took heaps of photos of her, and yeah, I can contact her.
And Heidi, who were yours again?
Jess, Ellie, Scott, Jacinta, Luke.
Okay,
I'll be
do you
fine.
need any of their contact details, or are you all good?
No, I'm good. I'll contact Jess and Kate, and I'll get, you know, with Kate. She's close to me, so I'll just get with her. You know, I'll give her my pictures. She'll give me her pictures. You know, I've got my kids, so we can all, you know, work it out like that. It's all good.
Okay. Plus, you did Mariana. Did you do Mariana?
No, I did Michelle.
Michelle. Who was Michelle? Oh my God.
Michelle is the, I think she's a physiotherapist. She lives in Phillip Island.
Michelle. Oh my God. I don't know. I can't remember who this is. Michelle.
Friend.
Is she my friend?
Yes, she's your friend.
Oh,
Isn't her name Michelle? Maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know her name, maybe. What's her name? I can't remember her name. I thought her name was Michelle. I'll look for the notes.
physiotherapist.
Yes.
Okay, I can't remember. But you've got plenty of people, so you're going to be fine. Melanie, do you need to be hooked up with any other people? Like, as in, do you want to maybe do something with, you know, my sister, or like, do you need any other people?
I'll check with my friend first, and she's already said yes, but I'll just double check because, you know, people and undies and photos and stuff, I'll see, just make sure, and I'll get back to you.
Okay. So you guys are 100% clear on what you've got to do?
Pretty sure.
Yes. Yes, it's just that there's you know, a few things to do, and documentation and pictures and printing out and all of that. Did you say that we can scan them and just send them like that?
Exactly. If you want to upload everything to just one Dropbox, then I'm sure that you can submit it electronically.
Can you just go through the photos that you require? What actual photos do you need?
Yep. You need the front of the body.
Yep.
The back of the body.
Yep.
The side of the body, before and after on the string line.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is going to be a bit tricky, but
I don't think I've got those. We didn't do string. Yeah. No, I don't.
We
have
definitely
those.
did. You would have photos.
Oh, I mean, I don't have those photos.
No, yeah, but they do exist. I might have them on my phone.
Yeah, this is the thing. If you have these pictures, Rachel, because I don't have any of them.
I know, because we took different things on different people's phones at the time, and oh my God. But it's okay. We will go. So
anyway, is that the complete list? Front, back, side, before and after string line?
Yep. Their face, the front of their face and the two sides of their face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, feet and
a photo
hands.
of their hands. Yeah.
Yeah, those string line pictures, Rachel, I don't have any of them.
I know. They probably were done on my phone. So Heidi, can you send me a list again? Because my head's too full with everybody's things. Can you just send me a list of whose photos of that you need?
Yes.
And I'll see if I can find it on my phone. And Melanie, yours is Deidre. I've definitely got that somewhere. I'm sure of it.
Helen?
Hang on. I don't think I've got Helen. I'm going to look straight through now. Oh, no, actually, but that was on my old phone. So they might be on my iCloud or whatever. I'm just going through. I know I've got some photos in here.
Yeah, I think I took mine out of here too.
Sorry, I've had to go back quite a while. I'm sure they're in here. I remember seeing them.
Whereabouts are you, Melanie? Are you in Melbourne?
Yeah, in Kew.
Ah, okay, so you're close to me as well.
Yeah.
I'm happy to give you pictures if you like.
Oh, thank you. I'll check with my friend and I'll let you guys know otherwise.
Yeah.
I just want to double check with her. Thank you for offering.
That's all right. We need to help each other. So
Yeah.
yeah. What do you do, Melanie?
I am. It's hard to explain. I work for Alfred Health Carer Services, and we've had a change in legislation, and we're doing a pilot on coaching at the moment. So I'm leading the coaching pilot for Carers Gateway.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So did you just get a new contract, babe?
They've extended until the end of the year. They're still waiting because of COVID and because of legislation. I'm I'm really hoping, it's a bit nerve-wracking, but I'm hoping that I'll get a permanent contract. But there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes because of the change of legislation. It changed all the EBAs and all that sort of stuff. So they've got to sort COVID out and then re-employ people. So I'm still a locum.
Mm.
They're fantastic to work for. They're amazing.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, they're really good.
That's good to at least you've got that feeling of being looked after.
Totally.
I don't know if they're, God, they must be on my, I remember seeing them. That's the thing.
What about you, Heidi? What do you do?
This is my full-time gig.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so I do that, coaching and psychosomatics. And I've started I started in the beginning of the year. I've started studying this categorical medicine.
Oh,
and
never heard of that.
So that's been very, very, very interesting so far. So I'm helping a lot of people overcome diseases with all of this stuff.
Fantastic. That's what I want to do, is eventually work for myself, move to the country and put all this into practice for myself.
Yeah.
And you will.
I will, just got to wait for this COVID.
All right. It's very rewarding. You will do what your soul's purpose is. So I love everything Rachel taught me. She's amazing. And
It is pretty amazing, isn't it?
yeah, all the letting go of the mind and connecting to who you are.
My love, I don't have them. I don't have those photos in my phone. So I found the photos from our retreat, so they're not in my phone. So I'm just thinking, whose phone could have they been on? Michael's?
Yeah.
Juan Carlos? No.
So he was with us.
Okay,
my
Melanie,
photos are stored, so I'll go and have a look at them and I'll just double check, but I'm pretty sure I don't. I'll have a look.
Well, somebody would
check.
have taken photos. So it's either me, Michael, Juan Carlos, Deidre, or you. One of us 5 has photos of Deidre on the string line. But if not, Deidre could easily just hang a string line, put herself on the string line and get her partner to take a photo. Do you know what I mean? Because she's going to have to do it anyway for her stuff.
And then there'll be Helen's as well, but I'll just double check and let you know.
I don't have Helen. I've got Wayne on my phone, but I don't have Helen. So I'm thinking, who took those photos? Maybe we did them on Helen's phone.
Okay.
You would, I swear you must have them. You must, because we would have known at the time that you were going to use it for your assessment. I really do think that you'll have them. Have a squeeze.
I've taken them off my phone and they're in there somewhere, so I'll have a look and I'll let you know.
Okay, I reckon that they're going to be there. We will find a way. It's just ticking boxes. You know what I mean? And also, I could even say to Mari, look, Melanie has photos for like 2 of them, but the other 2 she doesn't have the photo. Is that okay? And I'm sure that will be okay. Like, technically you only have to submit 1 body reading for actual assessment, and the other ones are like evidence, but you have to put all of them in and then they're just going to assess 1 of them. Do you know what I mean? So that you have to put all of them in to say that you did them all and did them all properly.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just this today was really just to make sure, what have we got, what don't we have, what are the gaps, where are the gaps, and then we can problem solve over the next 2 weeks to get all those gaps filled.
Okay. And you're going to do a hand class Wednesday night?
I reckon. Is there a night that suits you better?
It doesn't, just as long as I know in advance, just if I can, if you just give us a bit of warning.
Sorry guys, I've been talking for 3 hours straight. I've been on since 10 o'clock. I'm just like, it's like a long time to look at this little screen. My eyes are it's absolutely fine. I just have a bit of a yawn, but so yeah, I'm planning to do quite a few classes just between now and like over the next 2 weeks, because
but you'll just tell all of us and we can go to all of them.
Yeah, or I'll be recording them anyway, because I basically need to provide you with these opportunities to get you over the line. Now, some people, you know, this might be more overwhelming for them to listen to me carry on about X, Y, and Z. But for some people, I think it's refreshing. You know what I mean? If I do it's
good for me.
Yeah, I was thinking I could even do a body reading maybe on my sister or something like that. And then you guys could, it just is like a refresher to remember how I do it, or, you know, or whatever. But I don't want anything to be overwhelming, or make things more overwhelming. So, because this should be enjoyable, really. I mean, you know, I know we've got a time constraint, but yeah, I don't want this to be about experience. I want this to be like an enjoyable experience, because we all love this stuff. We thrive upon it. So, you know, if we were together doing it face to face at a retreat, we'd be so happy. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So we'll try and create that vibe and have it be fun. And then in October, we've got to focus on the legal module, which again will be done on a class, probably with Mari on it as well. And we'll all do it together at the same time because there's a document to fill out. So, but don't even think about that yet. Just focus on the body readings, the lifestyle consultations, and getting me the recording or whatever of at least one bodywork session. And that's it. Heidi, have you done that comprehension document though?
I've done a lot of it.
Okay, so if they did turn around and say that, Melanie, they definitely don't need it from you, but if they said that they need it from you, Heidi, that you could sort of pull a rabbit out of the hat.
Yeah, I could. You just need to give me some time so I can actually finish it, because I've done some of it, but not all of it. So I've done maybe the first, like I've done up to the face reading. I finished up to the face reading.
Okay.
So only the rest is left. So if we're gonna have to give that just give me some time.
Okay, I don't think you're going to have to, but yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay, beautiful. All right.
We've got until the end of October to hand in everything, but I've said the end of September because you know me, I'm not very good historically with time and things like that, and I'm already probably stressing you guys out enough that I'm like, leave everything to the last minute. So I'm trying to be a bit more like, allow enough time for everything. Probably still have kind of left it to the last minute, but we'll be fine. But I only just learned all of this myself a couple of weeks ago, that they're changing everything. So yeah, it's interesting. But I think it's good to have a time constraint anyway. It sort of puts that fire in our belly, put a bit of wind up our butt and get it done and get your certificate. And then when we can finally gather and we can, go back to normal, whatever, everybody come down to the house. We can stay here for a week together if we want, and do body work and body readings and learn and go over the book and do whatever, because I love that and I'm missing it and I want to do it. So, this is by no means the end of our learning. This is just to get the certificate so that we don't have to do an extra 9 fucking modules, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And those modules would probably be boring as batshit because they're like government modules. So, yeah.
Mm.
All righty.
Okay. All right. Yes.
So, is that all clear?
Yep. I'm good with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Melanie, do you have any questions?
No, I'll just, if I think of any, I'll let you know.
All right. So apart from the hands, we definitely need to go over hands. Is there any area that you feel a bit like, oh God, I'm just way out of my depths, or I don't have at least a basic sort of understanding of how to go about it and where to find the information in the book?
No, not really.
You're all good?
I think so, yeah.
Heidi, you're all over it like a fat kid on Pop-Tarts.
I'm good. I'm all
That's
good.
one of Michael's expressions. I'm missing Michael. He would say, you're all over it like a fat kid on Pop-Tarts, like, do you know what a Pop-Tart is? Like, so it's probably not very PC.
No, it's
but,
funny.
yeah, I'm about to definitely go this afternoon and get a shitload of chocolate because it's pouring down with rain and there's nothing to do apart from just sit and eat chocolate. So I'm definitely doing that.
Oh, God, I wish I was down there. So gorgeous.
Come down. If you can find a way to get through the police check, you're all welcome. Come down. What were you saying, Heidi?
I'm good. I have to get my head around, getting the girls take pictures, putting a string, like it's just an action step. And I think I'll just do it all in one day. So I'll get Jess to come over and Kate to come over, or I'll go to them, or whatever it is. We'll just like get them done. And we can we all use the same people?
Definitely. But for the love of God, do not get a $1,600 fine in order to get this done. Like, I don't think you're a very good liar. So either work on your lying or find a way that this is actually done legally so that you don't have to lie. Because if you get a $1,600 fine, for this, different if you're visiting your dead grandmother or whatever, like, get a $1,600 fine for that. But for this, like, it's unavoidable. So just make sure you're either within the rules or you've found a way to get around them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think there is the new law is from the 14th that we can actually go to, if you're a single person, you can go to someone.
Exactly.
Single.
Exactly. You're living alone. I mean, you've got your girls, but they're not counted, I don't think. So you're living alone. So you can have a visitor after then.
Yeah.
I mean, there's supposed to be a nominated person, but why can't you nominate a person change? One week it's this person, then the next week it's a different person. I don't know. But all I'm saying is make sure that you are within the 4 reasons for leaving home so that you don't get in trouble. And, you know, and yeah, like combine it with going out to pick up something from the shop that you need that can't be bought anywhere else, or whatever you've got to do to, if you need to leave the house. Yeah. Otherwise,
Melanie is within 5
like,
kilometers, so you can
oh,
come to.
you're within
right.
5 kilometers.
Yep.
So you guys could meet up for a walk, and you could do your study while you're walking. So, because you can meet up outside 1-to-1 within 5 kilometers for a walk. So you two could meet up for a walk and you know, discuss faces or bodies or whatever. Because remember, some of it's just about, you know, having these conversations and then going away and doing your study, but having the refreshing, like sort of like the refreshing conversation and just the connection. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
You could do body work you could do body work on each other in the park. You could do the pressure points on each other in the park. You know, that's legal, because I can go meet up with my mum for a walk within 5 kilometers and eat takeaway food in the park. So, you know what I mean?
I'm going to put my number in the chat for you, Heidi.
Yep, sure.
And Heidi's your type of chick, Melanie, because Melanie's very, very spiritual and feeling orientated, but she likes to also have the logical side, exactly like you, Heidi. So you two are very compatible study buddies. Yeah.
Awesome. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Let's do this.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rach. Appreciate all of that.
You're welcome. Yeah, so Juan Carlos won't be getting the certificate because it's not valid in his, like, there anyway. Do you know what I mean? In his country.
That's a shame.
So, yeah, because it's valid in it's valid in Europe. I mean, yeah, he could probably use it if he was in Europe. I don't know. I'll have to see, but I don't think he's going to go for the certificate, but Deidre is. So I don't know, Melanie, if you could even, when you're speaking to Deidre, if you could, like, I'll pass on this recording and obviously I'm available to her, but can you also, nurture her a little bit through this too? Patricia's already done all of hers. Patricia's already done all of her body readings. She's done. She's finished, basically. So, yeah, she doesn't have much left to do.
Just the hands, obviously.
The hands, yeah. She's got to add them in. And maybe the faces, I don't know. I've got to check with her, but she's done the bodies. And Heidi, we've got Jess, Manisha, Scott. I've got to reach out to Scott. I don't know. I'm hoping he goes for the certificate. I don't know. I've got to call Scott. I think he might be going through a bit of a difficult personal time. I've got to connect with him. Who else was on our course? Ellie, yep, she's going to go for the certificate. Or she might be lagging a bit, but there's no excuse for her because she's done all the stuff. Like, most of the people have actually done all of the stuff, but they might not have the correct documentation. You know what I mean?
It's only documentation, Rachel. Yeah.
That's all it is. And it doesn't take long as you don't go into, oh, I've got to be a perfectionist and blah, blah, blah. It's just, this is just proving that you're, yeah, exactly, miss. This is just proving I've been a good student. I've gotten the experience. I've gotten the hands-on learning. I've comprehended it to the point that I have an understanding of this. I know how to communicate with the client, and just proving all of that. That's all it is. Okay. It's not like brain surgery, X equals Z. This is all open to interpretation. It's an emotional therapy anyway. So it's all your own instinct and intuition as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, my darling. So is there any sort of other questions about what's expected and by when and how to go about it?
Not for me. I just think once I start doing it, I might have some questions which I can shoot to you, but nothing. You've covered everything thus far.
Okay. So if, let's just say, you start doing a body reading and you get stuck, just shoot me a message. Rachel, what do you think these knees mean? And just post me a picture of the knees and I'll just tell you. And you could just put in what I wrote or your interpretation based on what I wrote or whatever. So I'll be really disappointed if we don't all get over the line. I'll just be so disappointed because it's so achievable. So whatever you need from me to help you do that and in a way that's enjoyable, I don't want to hear that someone had a breakdown from getting this done when it's so achievable. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So please just reach out to me. I mean it. Plus, remember, I've got quite a lot of students that have already been through this process. They've got their certificates. If you want me to hook you up with a past student, they could even probably send you some of their documents. And you could look at them as examples. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember Vanessa? Vanessa, you know, the glasses, the one that was the naturopath?
Yep.
Did you meet her, Heidi? I'm sure you did. Vanessa, you had Vanessa.
I think I'm actually friends with her on Facebook anyway.
Yeah, so, oh my God, that woman, her body readings are ridiculous. She goes above and beyond. So you could even ask her, hey, and she's really good at record keeping and stuff. You could even ask her, hey, would you mind sending me a couple of your body readings so that you could use them as examples? Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I'm not against copying. Like, I'm not one of these teachers that's like, no copying. I'm like, copying is fine. Like, as long as you're collaborating in the copying process.
Yep.
You know, like you're working together to learn from other students, then it's fine. You know what I mean? You can all submit the exact same work as long as you collaborated on it.
Yeah. That's okay. All good. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you so much. And nice meeting you, Melanie.
Yeah, you too. We'll catch up.
Yes, let's catch up. I'll just get your number.
I think she already posted in the group.
Oh, I'll give it to you. It's all right. It's 0400 948 718.
Yep, got it. 97. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, beautiful.
Look at that. The Zoom chat's finishing in 4 minutes.
All right.
Perfect
So
timing.
let's get.
Yeah, that'd be great. Love it.
Awesome. All right.
Okay. Thanks,
so much.
Rach. Thanks, Heidi.
Great.
Lovely to
Okay,
meet
so
you.
I'll send you a Zoom link. I'm going to do another class on Monday. I'm going to do potentially the hands Wednesday night as long as Patricia and Deidre can do that because that's a priority. So Wednesday or Thursday, whichever works. But I'm pretty sure, well, Patricia's in curfew and, you know, she's got the kids. So I'm sure she'll be able to, I don't know about Deidre, but I'm recording them anyway. So at this point, I think I've just got to do them. And whoever can get on and whoever can't. Because they just have to be done. Do you know what I mean? Because we've only got a couple of weeks.
I can fit in as long as you just give me some warning because I can usually adjust things to suit, but I just need a little bit of time to set things up.
All right. Well, let's just put it down that we're doing Wednesday night.
Yeah, done.
Okay. And I'll schedule a Zoom and we're going to do Friday. I don't know if it's morning or night. I think morning. So, and then Monday, I want to do one. I haven't decided about the time on Monday. So, but lock in Wednesday night and Friday morning. I think that's going to work.
Okay, done.
And then we could even do something next weekend again. I just want to make sure that I'm really making myself available because I understand, it's a lot to do in 2 weeks and I want to help. So, yeah.
Okay.
All right, my darlings. And also remember that Mari from the college, she's so beautiful. She would help you with anything that you need as well. I mean, sometimes when I talk to Mari, she's even more airy-fairy than me in some ways. Sometimes I'm like, oh, my God, I get more confused because, you know, like I just also sometimes just need it written or a list, you know what I mean? And she's like, oh, this and that, and her mind sort of goes all over the place. But if you can just make sure that you're in a very centered spot and you know what you've got to do, then she's great to talk to just in that way of like sprinkling a bit of inspiration. Do you know what I mean? And you know, like giving some more insight into, the chakras or the face or bits and bobs. You know what I mean?
Yep. Beautiful.
All right, my darlings.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Melanie.
Thank you. Okay. See you. Have a lovely weekend. Love you too.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.